Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the KOTOR review. Sorry I wasn't hitting record earlier, Other Lore. I was about to, and then I got distracted for some reason. Other Lore is joining me today. He's amazing. Go watch him, Lore Reloaded, on YouTube. And just YouTube and nothing else. Professional streamer, ladies and gentlemen. It is my job to meet his schedule. That is extremely true. And thank you very much for the bits, sir, as always. You're probably noticing that there's no game over here and there's no background here. Now that's all on purpose because getting KOTOR working is a thing nowadays. I mean, it would probably literally be easier at this point in time to buy an Xbox and stream that version than to do the hoops that I had to jump through in order to get this version working. Like, I'm not quite joking there. This is always fun. Last time, if you'll remember, I had to literally capture my entire desktop and crop it in order to stream this game. Now, I found another method, which we're going to be using today, and I will put that towards the Arkham Trilogy. Thank you very much, Lord of Mordor. Of course you would, Zach. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I do have a method, but that means we literally cannot have the animated backgrounds at all. Also, we can't watch the cinematics. So, FYI, whether or not that deserves a negative is something that probably should be discussed. Because the thing is, most of the problem is just getting it streamable. Into a streamable state. I could get it running just fine. I could just hit play and we're good. The problem is getting into a streamable state, which requires initiative editing. Excuse me. Ini file editing, initiator, whatever the hell it's called. And all sorts of fun stuff like that. But I suppose I've thought about this for a bit, and I do know I don't want to disappoint you guys, so I am going to have a static image background, something that I figured that would be appropriate for Star Wars, something I feel that fits the mood and tone. So this is what we're going to go ahead and have as our background. Now, I do want to say a big shout outs and gratitude to everyone who donated for this game. So a quick shout outs and gratitude to Cord 3786, Micromano, Papanix, Churen, Jinja Ninja _1, Jordan T. Hurt, Galtori, Arathrobo, Nascosta, Gillion, Retro Justice, Recursive, Valkorian 99, Nemi, Snapplegasm, Beaver McDeaver, Slim Jim Reborn, Vigilant 00, Fife Nuhu, Cority, Saldir, and Mike 12191. Thank you, all of you, very, very much appreciate for your support in making this run happen. And I'll go ahead and throw on the animated thanks thing there. So without further ado, make sure I have everything positioned, because I have to do a very specific setup in order to get this streamable. If we start dropping frames, just say something, please, because I probably won't notice. Yep. There we go. Okay. Looks like it's animated, so that's good. And still working. Okay, perfecto. Oh, the music will absolutely get me copyrighted. It did last time, and things were less horrible back then. God, I hate all of these faces. They're all so stupid. It's like Jade Empire all over again. I'll go with that one, I guess. There's a way to make it bigger. No! You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so let's do that. That. Aw. That. I never remember how I want to do this. I'm sorry, Valvedrix. I answered you in my head, and I've actually answered you before today, because I talked about this yesterday. It's the exact same as my Twitter posts, aka 1 per stream. I'm saying that wrong. 1 per game. There is one announcement that's gone out. That's the only one that's going out. This is absolutely not a canon run, otherwise I'd be a guy. Oh, fine. Okay, sure, whatever. We'll call ourselves Revan. For no reason. Spoilers. And the book, Durg. That's interesting. Now that wasn't happening last night when I was getting this working. That's interesting.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
I don't know why that's happening. Like, there's nothing that could be causing that.
Did you fall out of your bunk and hit your head? The Endar Spire is the ship we're stationed on. This ship. You probably don't even know who I am, do you? I'm Trask Olgo, ensign with the Republic Fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack.
One moment. No.
I've heard all about your reputation. Elite combat training, tops in your class. It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission.
Yeah, it's amazing they never made me a Jedi.
With your kind of potential in 20 years. But all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts. We're soldiers. We're trained for combat. Bastila is going to need men and women like us at her side during this attack. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Okay, so hang on. That's what I thought. It's the resolution. Because you couldn't see it earlier, but it's on the bottom too. You see that? No, I'm not running any mods. Why would I run mods for a review? There, see, it's more obvious there if I do it that way. Uh-huh. Game looks fine on my end, so unfortunately I can't give this a negative as much as I absolutely want to. I really, really hate streaming games from this era. This is... You guys have... Every now and again, you guys have been like, hey, Lore, why are you so hesitant to stream a game from this era? This is my answer to that question. Okay. The best part is I don't even know where to begin to diagnose this. Again, it looks fine on my end. Normally, you'd think, well, it's probably an issue because you're doing, say, this. See, it's not actually capturing the window properly, so, you know, it's dumb. But there's nothing under it. There's nothing there. So that's not actually doing that. Depends on who you ask, Savicom, but do me a favor and save that question. We've tried to fix reality really quick. Okay. Can't bump the resolution up. Sure. Let's see what happens here.
You can move.
Let's see. Do I want 1280 by 1024 at 60 hertz? 1280 by 1024 at 60 hertz? Or 1280 by 1024 at 60 hertz? Decisions. I'm still doing it. Still doing it. Still doing it. Well, let's actually change the resolution here for a second. Still doing it there. Wow. I swear to God, this was working just fine last night. No issues. I actually played up to, after we left the Endar Spire. No issues whatsoever. I have no idea why it's doing this. No, unfortunately, the backup plan is to kill my computer. I'm not really joking. Hang on. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Okay, you get to see yourselves for a second, because it's the only way I can actually properly judge this. Yeah, streaming from display is something that it is not good. It really, really is going to cause some issues. But this is always the backup plan. So what we did last time. See if it does it here.
You can move the mouse to
Shut your goddamn mouth. Just because I'm curious. No, yeah, it's still doing it. That is so weird. Why is it doing that? Hang on, I'm just really curious of something. Hang on a second, hang on. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. I'm trying something. I'm really curious. No, it's still doing it. What the hell? Just because I'm curious. Hang on, let's save really quick here. And let's quit the game. Honestly, this game's just too much for me. I can't play it. See, it's fine there. Let me load. And it's fine. No issues. I'm not lying. It was working just fine last night.
You can move the mouse.
Oh my God! Shut your mouth.
You can left.
Oh, I see. The moment I alt-tabbed, that's what did it. The moment I alt-tabbed, it screwed up. And now it's permanently screwed up, because I alt-tabbed. Let me test one more thing while we're here. Let's see if it's specifically alt-tabbing to that. I physically cannot do a review without alt-tabbing. Actually, I could, but it would just be a pain in the arse. Okay, so we're walking, everything's completely fine, there's no issues whatsoever. Okay, let's grab this thing so he shuts up. Put this on. Yes, that's great. Tutorials are awesome. Here we are. Okay, but wait! I need to go check this stream funding page. Let's see. Because someone just donated. Bob donates $2 to killing myself. There we go. And then we tab back. It's fine. Now, hang on. We tab over here. We tab back.
Okay, let's move out.
Shut your stupid mouth. Huh.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown, but don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Looks like we're okay. One more Alt Tab. Gonna go over here. Pull up here because this is the actual review. Positive to story. This is stupid. And then tab back to the game. Looks like we're okay. Okay. No, the specific thing. So okay. The specific thing that was causing it issues is these two. No, let me get rid of those since that joke has run its course. The specific thing that was causing issues is GOG is technically right there. I know you can't see it, but it's right behind KOTOR. If I was to tab to GOG right now, I guarantee it would break again. Because what I would do is I'd go to GOG, close it, and tab back, but then it would be broken. So GOG is just up now, and we're just going to live with it. My OCD is going to have to live with it just being there. But it looks like if I tab over to the actual review page, which I have on my second monitor, and the stream funding text, which I have in my second monitor, I guess I can get rid of that killing myself incentive. There we go. And to OBS, second monitor, looks like we're okay. But again, no animated background, because I am literally physically incapable of having an animated background without a third monitor. Now you're probably wondering, why? Well, see, the thing is, for reasons that I don't fully understand, KOTOR forces Windows Basic mode. And Windows Basic mode does a few things, but the most important thing for me is it disables Arrow. Why do you need Arrow, I hear you saying? Arrow is the functionality that allows Windows to see through other windows. What I mean by that is, you know how it gives you the little, like, partially see-through thing at the top? That actually allows you to see through any window, which is what OBS uses in order to capture a window when something else is on top of it. So when I'm doing normal streaming with Arrow on, I have like the file, the image file of a animated background playing just on Media Player Classic in the background, and then I just crop that and throw it behind me. But I have no place to physically put that without it being obscured by something because I can no longer capture it while it's underneath other windows. Make sense? So KOTOR. let's play some frickin' KOTOR, shall we? Oh my god. Not directly, no, not animated. I can use an image directly. I am right now. Check it out. Space. Woo. Should I bring the Disney back? Here we go. We're playing the officially canonized version of KOTOR. Yeah, no. Hang on, I need my thoughts. You're also going to see it every single time I'll tab. Nothing I can do about that. Live with it. I do want to say one thing really quick, though. I know some people are going to be like, Lord, you can't be harsh on this game. It's an older game. Yes, I can. I just want to get that out of the way really quick. The age of a game has nothing to do with how I review it. The only thing it is relevant for is whether or not it is a specific technical limitation of the time. I am not going to ding Final Fantasy I on the NES for not having voice acting. However, I am going to ding Final Fantasy I on the NES for having bad interface, because interface is a design quantity. And there are ways, there are older games that have proven many, many times that you can have good game design regardless of the technical limits of the time. Now, I do understand that this was BioWare's big leap out of their comfort zone. And I do know that this was the time when they were trying to, make it big. This is also why this was released on the Xbox, because they were trying to grab the console market, and it succeeded wildly. That being stated, though, this is still a console game ported to the PC, And while it's not as flagrant as Skyrim, that is definitely an issue that we're probably going to run into. I have already run into the problem of the fact that I can't strafe, which I'm trying to move my mind out of that mentality. Because, like I said, I played the entire first mission last night to make sure this was working. And, yeah, no strafing. Which I can't even put into words how much that screws with me. So, if I have a little issue running around, that's why. Also, you guys are going to have to help me with the audio balance. However, I do want to share one thing. I'm going to tab back for a second. Hey, look! Music, voiceover, sound effects, movie. All of them are separate audio sliders. Didn't this game come out before Warcraft 3? I know this game came out before World of Warcraft, which didn't have that option until, like, extremely recently. They had to patch that into WoW. So, turn that down a little bit. Turn that down a bunch. And we good. Okay, there apparently is strafing. What in the goddamn hell? I will kill everyone and everything. No wonder I was trying. So I was trying so hard to strafe, and it wasn't working, and I didn't know why. How do I change party members? God, if I wait a millisecond, he'll probably give me the tutorial.
You always control the leader of the party. Left.
Okay, I was actually. There we go.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
This is Carthonasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position.
Wait. Is that Starkiller Base in the background?
We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Alright, question time. Do you think Trask is in on it, or is he heavily expositing because it's bad writing?
That door is locked. I don't have the codes to open it. But switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door.
Sith armor looks so stupid. It always has.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
By the way, that's always been my favorite death sound in video gaming. KOTOR's. I'm not actually joking. Hang on. We're going to be hearing a lot of that, by the way. Like, a lot. I'm going to be killing so many people. You have no idea. We're not killing mission, ever. Wait for it. We've already heard it like 10 times in the tutorial. Yeah, no, if I am, yeah, that's nice. Whether I'm light or dark side, we're going to be hearing that line a lot. Why would I loot? Oh yeah, I should confess something. It's been, probably about 16 years, 15 years, somewhere around there, since I've played this without cheating. Now, in the interest of fairness, what I cheat is I cheat cosmetics in. You know, I just like, here, I want this lightsaber color, and I want this Jedi robe, and I cheat that, like, right at the beginning. Because cosmetics. Because you don't get them until the end of the friggin' game. But, I just wanted to mention that, because I'm going to be trying to not cheat this time around. And I haven't done that since the game came out. Yeah, as they say. God, looting is so terrible, though. I hate looting. I hate looting so much. Disgusting process. I'm stuck. I can't move. I literally cannot move. Wait, no. I literally cannot move. I can interact with stuff, but I cannot move.
What? What?
Hang on. So anyways, let's start jotting down that aggregate negative for bugs. Because that's a full-on bug. No, I stray. So, I think this is a good time to mention that this, like, I like this game too, but, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So don't hate me when this game has a net negative to gameplay, okay? That's all I'm saying.
It's a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way.
Oh, thank goodness she died.
Accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
I mean, it's not hard to kill a Jedi. By the way, I've talked about this before. You like how turn-based this is? Because this is a turn-based game. Doesn't look like it, but no, this is a turn-based game. Yeah, let's loot those lightsabers. Check it out! She's got a vibration cell. We'll see when we get there. Yeah, this is basically 3.5. It's effectively designed off of Neverwinter Nights' engine and style and everything, which I actually talked about during Neverwinter Nights.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
For the record, by the way, I don't mind it being turn-based either. As soon as I realized it was turn-based and just kind of shifted my mentality to that, it made a lot more sense. Well, my Kramano, we're playing as if I'm playing this for the first time, and the first time I played this, my Revan was female, and funnily enough, my canon Revan is female. So... okay. And I was getting dizzy. Yeah, so the writing of the tutorial is bad. Oh yeah, one of the only forced level ups in the game. I always forget about this. Of course I don't. Why would I? Probably 'cause it's a cross-class skill. All the good skills are cross-class skills. Okay, whatever. Worth getting? No. All it changes is who you can romance, Savacom. Then that is all. Yeah, sure, we'll add that. Well, I hope you're liking it, Zobe.
There's something behind here.
Bye, Trask.
I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
F.
This is Cartho Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
I'm leaving it on for now, Malachor, because I want to see it, but I am aware of the bug. I'm curious if it'll happen. Come on. Jesus Christ. Are we gonna have to start a counter for that bug?
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Why would I be using mods for a review, Gord? Pretty much, Dakota. Well, you don't like the... I hope you like that sound effect. I wasn't joking. We're going to hear that a lot.
Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
A lot.
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left in the Endar Spire. Basila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Because I have to, I am Echo. Otherwise it won't work.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Yeah, basically, I mentioned this earlier. Two of the sacrifices we have to make for streaming this are no animated background and no CGI cutscenes.
I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
When are we going to cut off the intro, do you think? I was thinking when we leave Terrace, but I'm open to suggestions. It's true, Dakota.
Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves. That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was
what?
the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
I mean, how could one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
But yes, this is the first time they name battle meditation. It was an idea from Zahn, actually. And thus, canonically, within the EU, the first practitioner that we know of using it was Palpatine. And the second was Joris C'baoth. I admit I like the idea of battle meditation, and the reason why is because I've played RTS games. If you don't understand what I'm saying, in an RTS game, you can see the entire map, and all of what your units see, and you basically act as a unified mentality for giving orders and communicate. It's basically instant communication, right? You don't have to wait for some troop from the front to give you a message which may or may not contain the actual information of what they're fighting, so you can give them orders on how to fight it. You just look at it and you see it. Battle meditation is a way to get that ability of being an RTS player in lore, which makes perfect sense to me. In fact, I used something similar in my own setting, although that was a unique circumstance, but let's not get into there. Moving on.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Okay, so we're gonna look for the stupid twit, which I totally won't fall in love with.
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
So, let's just pause here for a second. Oh, it's going to happen, Melkor. Do you think we should give a negative for basically ham-fisted dialogue, mostly in the Endar Spire. Like, a decent amount of the dialogue in this game is actually pretty good. But the Endar Spire is not. Like, really not. In fact, most of the time when I would replay this game, I will go ahead and admit, I would reload a save basically right here to just skip the Endar Spire, because the Endar Spire is a bad tutorial. Trask has terrible dialogue. He doesn't have good voice acting. The ham-fisted way it kind of shoves things in your face is stupid, and it's all completely unnecessary, because to be completely blunt, Terrace is actually pretty good tutorialization overall. It's tutorialization that's... If I was to phrase it this way, Terrace is tutorializing because I think the devs weren't designing it to be a tutorial. They just give you all the stuff that you can do, and so you figure out how to play the game going through Terrace. As opposed to the Endar Spire, which is, in order to do this, you should hit this button. After you have hit this button, I will tell you all about the war effort that I am and why we've interacted in the past. And just, just awful stuff.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
I'm amused Django isn't here. He always insists that he doesn't watch my streams because he's not interested in the games I'm streaming, and he's just like, he's not here for KOTOR. I think that proves once and for all that Django just doesn't like my streams. We should just kick him off the Discord. What do you guys think? That's not actually true, Gum Gum. I hate to break that to you. I can think of several games that don't have that kind of tutorialization. Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Mario Brothers 1. Stop watching me. There we go. What Jedi from this time would be equipped to handle Vader? Nihilus. No, this is just the one I usually pick, Cord. They all suck, so, I mean, what can I do, right? By the way, how many of you are going to rant and rage and pick up stones and kill me when I give Karth a positive to story?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
Sounds like Malak and the Sith have the right idea.
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Basila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
Themes are for 8th grade reports, obviously. No, there's multiple themes to any work. But if you want me to tell you the theme of all of KOTOR, the answer is obvious. Redemption. And I don't mean being redeemed, I mean whether or not redemption exists, how redemption can function, what determines how you can be redeemed, or if you can be redeemed. This is a very common theme in this game.
Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope. Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers. But that was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
I was really bored earlier, so I figured why not, you know. I should probably also mention, you say this is just the Darth Vader thing. I mean, at the most basic level, yes, but really, no. See, the question here, and if you're paying attention to the overall structure of the story, is you are effectively a new entity, a new identity, as of this moment in time. And you get to be this new identity in however you want to. Then, at a certain point in the game, you find out the truth, and you basically remember the truth about who and what you were. And at that point, you now have a choice. In lore, in character, you have a choice. Now that you are aware of the fact that you are, spoilers, Darth Revan, you have a choice about whether or not you will continue, whether that will change how your playstyle has been, or if you'll just keep going down the same path you've been going. Now, I will admit I only knew like 5 or 6 people, personally, who actually went along with that. But the general idea is that you are supposed to think about your choices and if they change in the wake of that revelation. And of course, in lore, it makes perfect sense because you are now aware of everything that you previously weren't. You were not redeemed before because there was nothing to redeem. You were a new person. You were blank slating. Once you have those memories, that's when the moment in which redemption comes into the equation, and you can choose whether or not you want to be redeemed or you want to just go back down the dark path or whatever the hell you want to do it. And kill Mission, because everyone wants to kill Mission, right?
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
See you around, Diameco. Also, yeah, this isn't the beginning of the Jedi suck theme that Star Wars would... Excuse me. This isn't the beginning of the Jedi Order sucks theme that Star Wars would be having for a long time. But this is kind of towards the earlier end of the Jedi Order sucks theme. I know several people who weren't really into the prequel movies who basically started that particular theme with this game. So...
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But
foreshadowing.
Stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Actually, I like that foreshadowing, if I might be so bold. That is very smoothly, neatly slid into the conversation. He's just worrying about getting caught by the Dark Jedi. The end. I mean, anybody who is sane should, Loner. Boop.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid.
There was a patrol here just yesterday. They found nothing. Why do you Sith keep bothering us? And then he's killed.
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
So yeah, the Sith are stupid evil. Poor H-Chill. Never should have talked back to that Sith. Thankfully you were there to help in and step in and help us. This isn't the first time the Sith have come here to cause trouble for us, but hopefully it'll be the last. Did someone come looking for them? Ah, don't worry about the bodies. I'll move them so it looks like they were killed elsewhere. That should throw them off the track. With any luck, they won't be bothering us again for a while. That's fair, Micromono. Both would be my answer. No, seriously, the Sith as a people are very stupid and very stupid evil. No, that's what I've always assumed as well, Darth Terran. What am I doing? I'm doing this to do this to turn this down even more. There we go. If I'm gonna have a stupid counter, I gotta start now, because we already have to add several to its number. So, question time. When I first played this game, I already knew that I'd be becoming a Jedi. I've talked about this before. Hi, Salder, you never told me what you want to put your sub towards. And as a consequence, I did the trick that everyone does. I tried to not level as much as possible in Terrace so that I could put as many levels into Jedi as possible. This brings me to the question, do you think the leveling thing is a negative? Because, for those of you not aware what the leveling thing is, you have 20 levels to work with in this game. That's it. 20 levels. You can... I'm playing on easy because I don't have an eternity. You can... whatever levels you put into whatever, you can never actually put... You can't... There's no respec. So that's a problem. And there's nothing that allows you to convert levels into Jedi levels. So if you want more Jedi levels, screw you. You have to go through and basically hinder yourself across the new. I am astonished that nobody agrees with me on this. I really am. See, I've always hated this. This has bugged the crap out of me since the first time I've played this game. This is terrible. In my opinion. So give me a reason. Why do you think this is not a negative?
Tong hai twam jiji jum lumpa. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Chi gratu loda pograshi oniu kompa chita kumjus takmiki.
And I can tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibroblade. That's why the Republic has been training soldiers in hand-to-hand and melee combat.
I don't know if I agree with that, Huthor. We're playing Knights of the Old Republic. I'm pretty sure we could tell with 100% certainty that we were going to become a Jedi. One moment. Also, why would it be a story positive? So on the front cover of the box of Knights of the Old Republic is a Jedi wielding a lightsaber and another Jedi wielding a lightsaber. What I really want to see is the back of the box. I don't have mine. Here we go. No, that's KOTOR 2. Surely someone's saved it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Perfect. Alright, what do we got here? The role-playing game from veteran developers BioWare is set in an ancient version of the Star Wars universe when both the Jedi and Sith number in the thousands. It is 4,000 years before the Galactic Empire, and hundreds of Jedi Knights have fallen in battle against the ruthless Sith. As the last hope of the Jedi, you must lead a band of freedom fighters in an epic struggle to save the galaxy. Can you master the awesome power of the Force on your quest to save the Republic? Interactive storyline, cinematic dialogue, full voiceover, customize your starship. Plot your personal starship and customize... what? That is weird sentence structure. Whatever. Players train as a Jedi Knight and choose which path of the Force they want to follow. The honorable light side or the passionate dark side. The hybrid combat system combines turn-based and action elements into a totally new style of gameplay. So, on the box, that's what I was saying. That's the point I was trying to make. Pretty sure anyone playing this knows it's going to be a Jedi. Now, several people are like, well, that's just for min-maxing. I don't agree. Because I've never min-maxed this game, and I never will. I just feel like I am being deliberately hampered rather than the fact that I am min-maxing, if that makes any sense. It has always felt to me like the game is penalizing me for leveling on Terrace. Especially since I almost always have to some extent or another, because, I mean, getting through Terrace at level 2 is actually really hard to do. I mean, I'm willing to be talked down. I'm always willing to be talked down, but the lack of any kind of conversion mechanic and the lack of any kind of respec has always aggravated the crap out of me. Oh, looks like I owe money for my MP3s. Yeah, the funny thing is this would be really, really easy to fix if they just gave us a respec option. You don't need to take it, right? In fact, from my understanding, it's actually better in true min-maxing to take as few Jedi levels as possible. And I believe Scoundrel is the way to go on that. I wouldn't know. I've never min-maxed this game. Shut up, Alvadrix. Yeah, the removal of the level cap would also fix the issue. Just like that. I mean, wouldn't it make sense, Loner? As you must unlearn what you have learned. I mean, come on. It's right there in Empire Strikes Back. Actually, here's an end to the question. Can you continue to take Scoundrel levels once you become a Jedi? Okay, that codifies the negative for me then. So between the lack of respec, between the lack of options for multi-classing, and the cap on levels, those three things combined are specifically what I'm aiming this negative at. So, boop. Oh yeah, by the way, to answer earlier questions, if you're wondering why would people be upset about me giving a positive to Karth, just look at the rest of the people in chat and you'll answer that question. How would I handle the level situation? I mean, I already kind of answered that. Allow you to pick other levels after you become a Jedi, so you can keep taking Scoundrel levels if you want to, for example. Allow there to be a respec. Probably just the one respec, but at the very least there should be one respec, I think. And get rid of the level 20 level cap. Boom. Problem solved.
Tong haitwam jiji jumplumpa. Takumjus tak miki grabel mogo. Chi gratu loda pograshi oniu kompa chitolpa da pongwale.
Okay.
Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching tong abog sha umninong.
I like level caps when they don't bother me, Gum Gum.
We itanan dayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nadektek. Shatung ni patoga. Wana kus. Tag biz jupongko koki bakbaka. Jan shak bulara. Umrao cheese kaduchi.
Yeah, by the way, it's illegal for non-humans to live in the upper city. Think about that for a second. Like seriously, it's illegal for non-humans to be in the upper city. Just think about that. Of course, there are plenty of people who rent out the cheaper apartments to aliens because they'll pay, but, you know, whatever.
Chi gratu loda pograshi oniu kompa chintomo muchuba. Loda dita kun muchushak pakat. Kiye no nama paule rachikun. Achuta.
Hang on, I need to see what Malachor said. I'll debate it, Malachor, but at the moment I'm leaning towards a no.
Achuta.
Sure, Zaktav. Kashi will not get a negative. But you know what will get a negative? Is the run animation. Because every BioWare game has a terrible run animation. 100% of them. All of them have a terrible run animation. Although this actually isn't as bad as Mass Effect's. Yes, this was Huthor. In fact, the Sith being pro-human actually makes no real sense to me, if I'm being completely honest. It's just kind of an attitude that comes out of absolutely nowhere. It's okay, guys. I got this. Actually, funnily enough, this run animation isn't going to... I'm not actually going to give this run animation a negative, but this is probably, and I mean this without joking, this is probably the best run animation in a BioWare game, in my opinion. Yeah, I need to rob this guy really quick. There we go. Like, this is just eh. Later on, it's just, oh my god. But isn't that how you hack in? That's how you're supposed to, right?
Ready.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead and slice.
On it. It's open.
What?
Just robbing everyone, don't mind me. Rob, rob, rob. Yeah, I forget which game it was. But, they actually added the ability to bash things, and then made it so that bashing things would actually destroy the items within. Because everyone would just bash their way in.
It's open.
What?
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
I mean, I can. I just did twice. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it was Neverwinter Nights' expansion that did that for the first time. I'm almost positive. Because I know that Hordes of the Underdark does that, but I don't remember if the first expansion did that or not. So, by the way, what, Saldir? What, Saldir? What? gonna freeze right now until Siler says something else. I can't really tab out to scroll up, so if it's scrolled off my screen, it's gone. We're playing KOTOR. I'm a little chopped off at the knees today. Yeah, pull the stream break. Yeah, I'll play a video game on my phone while I wait. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I apparently didn't respond to you. Yeah, I already put down Assassin's Creed Unity the first time you said it, Salier. Thank you. Yeah, Valvedrix, yeah. I have issues here. I think so, Loner. I don't remember the bug, and I'm going to pretend I don't know about it, obviously. Obviously, since I don't want to level when I'm not a Jedi. So, sorry, I'm pausing here for a second, because I do want to answer something. Obviously, there are ways to get dark side points, but most of those involve specific reactions to quests. They don't tend to be attached to dialogue. I mention that because you can be incredibly evil in dialogue, as long as you pick the good options in quests, so you'll be predominantly light side while being an evil jackass. You can also do the reverse, by the way. Be very nice and polite and kill, and, you know, just... And now I will take your soul. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the effort. You know, that kind of a thing. I just mentioned that, though, because there's a lot of dialogue options like that one. Now, I know I can't make that bigger, and you probably can't read that, but what it says right there is, I'm just looking for something to steal. Stay out of my way, and you won't get hurt.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Holden? That sounds like a quest hook.
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to himself. But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
But how could you possibly trust me? I just broke in here.
No, I don't think so. I can't afford to trust anybody right now. Please, just leave me alone.
Tell me what's going on, or I'll end all your problems permanently.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just try and stay calm. The last thing I need is trouble with you and Holden. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out here.
I mean, that's literally what I just said. Give me the quest or I'll kill you. That's literally what I just said.
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this is between me and Holden now.
I think I'll just collect that bounty on your head. You know what? I need a knife. If I'm going to be playing a dark side game, I need a knife handy. Shing. You're going to give me every quest, or else.
You could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik. Working for the local crime lord lets you get away with things. Still, I appreciate the offer.
You're going to give me all of the quests. Yeah, see, this is a little too heavy to just pick up and pull out constantly. I love this sword, but this is a beast, so, yeah.
Goodbye and good luck. I hope you can talk some sense into Holden.
Yeah, I don't have any points in Persuade. Hey, I actually got dark side points. Holy crap. This button? There it is. That's a good idea. I'll just have to make sure to feed as many souls as possible.
On it. It's open.
What?
It's an interesting question, Huthor.
Pudu. Tunirama na praka donko searcha. Chupapanki.
Okay, I'll steal all your stuff and then murder you. Shing, there we go. No, Alright, so, for real for a second here. We have to have a conversation, guys. And it's about the light side, dark side system. Because... I don't know if this is the beginning of that. But I'm pretty sure KOTOR is what popularized the binary morality system in RPGs. Actually, sorry, not in RPGs, just in games. Like, Infamous started doing this. KOTOR does this. Mass Effect does this. Dragon Age 2 kinda did this. I know there's other examples that I can't think of, but it kind of became a thing. A Fable did that. I don't remember, Takoto. I really don't. I know Fallout had reps. Like I said, I'm pretty sure games did the binary morality thing before this, but I'm pretty sure this game popularized it, codified it, as I like to say. Now, let me explain this on the off chance you don't know what I'm talking about. You are either dark side or light side, basically. If you try to be gray, in order to be gray in this game, and most of these games, including Tor, you literally have to be bipolar. I'll kill you, and murder you, and destroy you. Okay, that gave me 200 dark side points. Hey, there's a lost puppy. Hey, I've got my puppy. Here, is this your puppy? Oh, no, I don't want a reward. You go ahead and take it. Okay, that was 100 light side points. Yes, I'll help you across the street, ma'am. Oh, that was 150 light side points. And then I'll kill you! There we go, 50 dark side points. We're back to neutral. It's a little ridiculous. Now, the system itself, I'm not sure what I think of that. Because if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the more light side you are, the better your light side powers. And the more dark side you are, the better your dark side powers. Now, I'm just going to stop here for a second, because I'm pretty sure that's true. I might be completely wrong. Cheaper. Okay, so they are cheaper. So, I am still correct. There is, in fact, a gameplay benefit to being full light and full dark. So, that's... it basically, I mean, the point is they wanted you to be, I will do anything to help you, or I like murdering puppies, and nothing in between. And it is very extreme in KOTOR 1. And I think that's part of what bothers me about it. Now, I do have to admit that I have a tendency to be amused, basically, by several of the options. And in fact, I think the general light side options are actually fine, for the most part. And the dark side options are just... Have you ever played Dark Side Sith Warrior in Tor? Because that's what the dark side options are. They're cartoony. They are just straight up cartoony. Like, I was like, ha ha ha, dead puppies. But I'm not actually exaggerating. That is exactly the level of dark side that this game tends to present it as. So, I mean, we've already seen like 5 or 6 dark side options, which are literally something along the lines of, you know, like Karth just said, Malak and his Sith are conquering the entire galaxy and slaughtering the Jedi left and right. And one of the dialogue options is, sounds like Malak and the Sith have the right idea then. You know, just stuff like that. Light-sided Sith Warrior is absolutely amazing. I completely agree. Darth Tyrant's still my second favorite campaign in the whole game. Here's the thing. Let me round up my point a little bit. I don't think it's a positive. Let me just start with that. I don't think this kind of a system is a positive. Frankly, I don't think this kind of a system can be a positive. In fact, even whenever we finally review Mass Effect 2, I don't think it'll be a positive. And even there's a thing for being full Renegade or full Paragon that I enjoy, the interrupts. The catch is, that makes it mandatory. If you don't know what I'm talking about in Mass Effect 2, you know, there are certain interrupts you cannot do unless you have a certain amount of Paragon or Renegade. Oh yeah, exactly. That's my point, Huthor. In Tor, Darkside Sith Warrior is a cartoon. I kind of mean that as an insult, but I also mostly mean that as a literal statement. It is an act. You're playing a cartoon character. You're playing a Captain Planet villain. But let's get back to the game we're playing. I don't in any way think that this is a positive. What I'm trying to determine is if it qualifies as a negative. I think I will decide based on playthrough whether it's a negative to story or not. So let's just leave that at the side for the moment. Do you think the de-incentivizing of playstyle towards gray and the gameplay benefit of full dark or full light qualifies as a gameplay negative? And I know what you're thinking. Maybe you're not thinking that. Maybe nobody's thinking that. Let me just make my point really quick. It is my opinion that this
what's on your...
is still gameplay. In a game like this, in a game designed to be extensively around dialogue interactions, to me, this is gameplay.
You got it.
I've actually said that before. It's not the first time I've made that point. Oh, get used to that noise, by the way. Sucks to be her. Okay. Yeah, actually, I was just thinking to myself, for a 2003 game, this is a surprisingly good background. Like, of all of the things that I could say that I don't enjoy about, you know, KOTOR 2's graphics, fidelity, that's pretty good. That's surprisingly good. Now, see, that's a very fair and valid point, I can talk. Lore Reloaded. I'm still stunned by the sight of your naked self. If you don't know what I mean, go check out his channel. But for real, though, when it comes to a review, I basically don't agree. If you want to just say, if you want to affix the phrase such and such for the time, sure. But when it comes to a flat review, I always like to review everything along the same linear line. I try to be as fair as I possibly can when it comes to reviewing things. And that means simultaneously being more and less inclined to give something flack. If I'm reviewing a NES game, I'm going to be reviewing it if with this exact same mentality that I am going to be reviewing a PS4 game, put simply. Now, I know Huthor hates it when I do that, and I do get his point. I just don't think it changes my mind, if that makes any sense. And again, as I've said before, when it comes to design, especially when it comes to video games, you can have good design in old games. We talked about this earlier with regards to interface, you know, with regards to tutorialization. There are NES games with good interfaces. There are NES games with good level design. There are NES games, right? I can literally think of several games that came out in the 80s that have superior game design when it comes to, you know, the actual way it was designed versus modern games. So I don't think that should be taken into account. A further addendum, and this is actually part of the reason that this started this way, is because of the mentality of trying to completely remove nostalgia from the equation. Because, see, graphics are not excluded, but I'll talk about that in just a second. Because nostalgia, like, okay, let me just give my opinion on nostalgia really quick, super quick. If you like something because of nostalgia, that's fine. As long as you don't actually try to profit it as if it's good when you acknowledge that the only reason you like it is nostalgia. Let's say for a moment that you like, oh, I don't know. Help me out. Something old. I don't want to call it something specific. You like Citizen Kane. There we go. Let's just go with the classic. Okay? You like Citizen Kane. Now let's say that you like Citizen Kane because you like the film. Because you enjoy what it does and how it goes and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Cool. Let us also further say that there's another person whose name is Bob 2. Bob 2 does not like Citizen Kane. Bob 1 and Bob 2 can have a discussion about it. Now let's add in Bob 3. Bob 3 only likes Citizen Kane because of nostalgia. If Bob 3 then goes to Bob 2 and says, "What's wrong with you? Citizen Kane's amazing. You're an idiot," then we have a problem. We further have a problem if we go to Bob 4, and who likes Citizen Kane, only likes it because of nostalgia, and acknowledges that, and then Bob 5, just bear with me, goes to Bob 4 and says, "What's wrong with you? You only like that because of nostalgia, you idiot. That's not actually a good film." For those of you not aware, I've been fighting against that mentality since I was in high school. It's not an exaggeration. I have encountered this so much in my real life that it has become something of a cause of mine to destroy both the excessive pro and the excessive anti sides of nostalgia. Because yeah, Bob 3 and Bob 5 are assholes. If you like something because of nostalgia, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't take it too far. And if someone else likes something because of nostalgia, as long as they're willing to acknowledge that, there's nothing wrong with that. However, when it comes to a review, nostalgia cannot be a part of that. Make sense? Is there an auto run in this game? That'd be really helpful. I'm not romancing anyone.
Yes, what's on your mind? Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
You're talking like it's your fault.
It shouldn't be my fault. I did everything I could. I followed my orders and did my duty. That shouldn't mean I failed them. I didn't.
So, you mean the people of your homeworld, right?
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I? You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
You're right. You shouldn't have a weapon in your hand when you're having a civil conversation with people. It's just a normal thing to do. One thing about the graying thing I want to talk about. Hi, Justin. So, I'm a gray Jedi right now. I mean, I'm not a Jedi, but you get my point. Look, gray. Gray. If it goes further down, I'll be dark. If it goes further up, I'll be light. Now, here's the catch. You could argue that that's just an absence of a light or dark, and that's valid, except for Jolie Bindo. The problem is, Jolie is the thing that really ruins this whole thing. And that's part of the reason why I'm debating the negative, basically, is because Jolie is a definitive gray Jedi. In fact, I know many people who still to this day put Jolie as the archetype of a gray Jedi and what a gray Jedi should be. So, the game itself introduces the concept and even venerates it in its own way, while at the same time de-emphasizing it. this is also further emphasized, something Takoida keeps mentioning, and I should mention this as well, is that the dark side benefits are demonstrably worse than the light side benefits. Now, granted, that's getting a little bit into min-max talking, but the fact of the matter remains that the game, like, there's, unless, from a gameplay perspective, no, that's not true. From a combat perspective, let's put it that way, there's no real benefit to going full dark. However, I had to correct myself there, because there is a gameplay perspective in being dark, and that would be, you should jump off of this pit! Anyways. That's because Jolie's not an idiot, Saldir. Also, that's because Jolie is good.
Out of our way, citizen. We're on official Sith business. Just stand aside if you know what's good for you.
Davik says you missed your last payment.
Davik doesn't like you missing payments.
Here, I've got 50 credits, a down payment. That should buy me some time, right?
Sorry, you're out of time. Now it's all or nothing. Davik can't have people not paying his debts.
But I don't have that much. How can I give you credits I don't have? No, help! Somebody help! They're going to kill me!
I know we have to be careful about drawing attention to ourselves, but are we gonna just let them drag this guy off?
Hold on a second. Looks like we got ourselves a witness here.
Don't you have like 50 witnesses? You're in a crowded street. Oh, whatever.
Let's go! Thank you. I owe you my life. Those bounty hunters are going to take me away and kill me. My wife warned me not to take a loan from Davik. Now I can't pay him back. It's not good to owe a crime lord money. He'll just keep sending more bounty hunters after me till I'm dead.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hand over all your credits if you want to live. Puppies. I gotta read the dark side options out loud because I'm not gonna take any of them, but they are funny.
You already helped me by saving me from those bounty hunters, so unless you have a spare 100 credits to give me so I can pay off Davik, there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, here you go.
Giving me 100 credits? Just like that? I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you.
You're giving him 100 credits? Generous.
Now I can pay off Davik. You've saved my life. Thank you. I'd better take these credits to him right away.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're talking about games that have, morality before this. Neverwinter Nights did, if you'll remember. It just didn't really do anything. But, I turn to Kreia. That's what I've accomplished, and then I walk away. For the record, by the way, I admit that when I use the term Grey Jedi, I actually mean two separate things. The first thing I mean is morality, and the second thing I mean is utility. I've always thought of the dark side and the light side as tools, things you can utilize. See my Warcraft discussions for a similar topic. And, no, you can affect it in Neverwinter Nights. If you choose to be evil, you will slip towards evil. So. Anyways, but I also think it has a little bit to do with morality because, well, to be perfectly blunt, I think there's a problem with always being, lawful good, paladin, etc. kind of a thing. So, shrug.
I see from your appearance that you are an off-worlder. Still, you're welcome here. I'll not have it said that Zelka Foreign refused to help somebody just because they weren't a citizen of Taris. Do you require healing or medical supplies? I can treat almost any injury or ailment right here at the medical facility. Except the Rat Ghoul Disease, of course.
The Rat Ghoul Disease? That sounds like a quest hook.
The terrible affliction has plagued Taris for many generations. It is spread by the Rat Ghouls, horrible monsters that live in the Undercity below Taris's great skyscrapers. Prolonged exposure to the Undercity breeds the disease, and those infected, will eventually mutate into rat ghouls themselves, becoming mindless beasts that feed on the flesh of others.
And there's no cure? No, let me just spoil this for you. There's no cure.
There is no antidote for the disease, though I heard the Republic scientists at the military base here on Terrace were close to perfecting a cure. Then the Sith arrived. They overran the military base, and now they refuse to allow anyone access to the laboratories inside. The Sith are keeping all the serum for the patrols they send into the Undercity. If I could just get my hands on a sample of that serum, the Rat Ghoul Disease could be wiped from the face of Terrace forever. But I don't see how that's going to happen.
So, I could probably help.
I don't see how anyone could get their hands on that serum. The military base is crawling with Sith guards. Breaking in there would be a suicide mission. I suppose the Sith patrols in the Undercity might have a sample of the serum on them, if they hadn't already used it because of a rat ghoul infection. But I doubt a patrol would just hand the serum over. And nobody is stupid enough to attack one of the Sith patrols, even in the Undercity.
Yeah, no, I got this.
Please, don't say that. If the Sith hear you, they might think I'm suggesting you start attacking their patrols. They could shut me down. I only mentioned the serum because you asked. I don't actually expect anyone to get me the serum. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, give me all your drugs.
Goodbye, and good health to you. If you ever need any medical aid or treatment, you know where to find me.
Just one drugs, please. Please. God, I need so many drugs. Oh,
You there. Wait a minute. I need to talk to you about the Rat Ghoul serum. I've got an offer for you might want to hear.
So, one of the things a lot of games screw up when it comes to moralities is the benefit for being evil almost always boils down to more money. Now, you might think, well, that makes sense. Here's the problem. In a lot of the games that do that, Fallout 3 comes to mind immediately, there's no real benefit to more money. Either it's really easy to get money anyways, or there's not a lot of actual uses for money. So, yeah, it's not even a lot more money. It's just more money. Not a good way to encourage someone to be evil. Like, I know that sounds strange that we should encourage people to be evil, but to be completely blunt, if you were going to make a game... Let me give my opinion. The good route should have no real gameplay benefit. Not really. It should have... I'm saying this wrong again. Sorry. Let me get my terminology correct. The good route should have no combat benefit. It could have gameplay benefit, additional story arcs, additional dialogue, good voice acting, legitimate thank yous, blah, 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 blah. Dragon Age actually does a decent job of that, Dragon Age Origins. The evil route should give you combat benefit. It should make you be able to have more equipment, or more spells, or abilities, or whatever. The evil route should be something that gets you more capacity in some manner or another. Maybe more experience? I don't know. Something that is appropriate for the game. My opinion. You could also, now this is tying into what Dakoita says, but this is still kind of Concord, tying into the same idea. You can make it so the good route allows you to simply bypass combat in several instances. You are such a good person that you have to infiltrate this base camp, and when you go up and the guards notice you, they're like, wait, that's such and such. Dude, he helped my sister out with this other quest he did earlier. Yeah, no, he's pretty awesome. What do you need to get in here for? Well, I need to get in there to rescue this one person. Okay, and they open the door for you. So that's why I had to differentiate between combat and gameplay, because there could still be a gameplay benefit to being good, just not a combat benefit. Does that make any sense? Anyways, that's how I would do it, and obviously I'm not doing it. I just want to comment on that because KOTOR absolutely fails on that mark.
Zelka isn't the only one who wants to get his hands on the Rat Ghoul serum. Davik Kang will pay you 10 times what Zelka can if you can get the cure.
Who's Davik Kang? Even though I've actually heard his name 3 times already.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows who Davik Kang is. He's the big boss around here. Gambling, smuggling, extortion. He's got a piece of all the action on Taris.
Can't wait to kill him.
I prefer to think of him as a role model. He started with nothing, and now he's got it all. Credits, power, women. It's the Teresian dream, right?
Money, power, and women. I'm not even going to comment on that.
Davik's interested in anything that can turn a profit. He could make a fortune selling the serum to anyone infected with the disease. Not like Zelka, who'll practically give it away.
So where would I find Davik?
Davik isn't the kind of guy you can just walk up to, you know. He likes to keep his business at arm's length. The best thing to do is to take the Rat Ghoul serum to Zax. He runs the Lower City Bounty Office, but everyone knows he also works for Davik. He'll make it worth your while.
Right. Go to hell.
I'll just deny it. Who's Zelka gonna believe? Me or some off-world stranger? Now be smart about this. You'll get a better deal selling to Davik.
No. I feel like I've already said this.
Helping people is all well and good, but you have to help yourself first, right? I'm telling you, Davik will pay big credits for the cure. More than Zelka could ever afford.
And then only the rich could afford the cure. Just let the poor suffer, right?
If you find the Rat Ghoul serum, just take it to Zax in the Lower City Bounty Office. He works for Davik. He'll pay you what that cure is really worth.
Oh, of course. Oh, my knife slipped! Oh, he's dead! Oh. Well, I'd offer to heal you, but I don't think you can afford my rates. I know. It's horrible of me to not assist you as you're laying there dying. But I have to take care of myself before I can help others. And no, we do not, Malachor. Oh yeah, I probably should go do that. Sorry. Hey, Chunko! I was starting to think you weren't going to show up. It's okay, we've already got a net negative to gameplay. I'm sure everything is exactly as you envision.
On it. It's open.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing? Don't go in there. That door is for employees only.
Sorry, Gum really quick. Yes, that makes sense, even though I don't agree. But one of the things that I do admittedly like about the Force, and my lore run of this game talked about this for 45 minutes, is the fact that this game, the Force, excuse me, is so ridiculously interpretable that just about anyone can have their own interpretation on it, and it's probably valid. Even my own interpretation of the Force has actually changed twice since I did that lore run. I recognize these people. They're Republic soldiers!
You recognize these soldiers? But how? Unless you're a friend of the Republic.
I am a friend of the Republic.
I guess I'd better tell you what's going on. I only hope the Sith don't find out what I've done. Since the space battle overhead, people have been secretly bringing in these Republic soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. I had to take them in. What choice did I have? Their injuries are terrible. Most won't survive. But at least I can make their last days more comfortable. And at least here, they're hidden away from the Sith.
Well, for that you have my thanks. It's good to know that at least some of these men ended up in compassionate hands.
I hate to imagine what the Sith would do if they discovered these soldiers here. But since their initial questioning, the Sith have not returned, so it may be my fears are unfounded.
Anything I can do to help? Also, it's going to cost you to keep this secret. I have no idea what you're talking about, Django.
I'm afraid there's nothing more anyone can do for these soldiers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should return to the front in case anyone comes in needing medical attention.
Sure. You just leave the door open, banging in the wind. Can't I sell him out here?
Remember.
No, guess not. Okay, whatever. I need to find the nearest Sith trooper immediately. Excuse me, sir!
Out of our way, citizen. We're on official Sith business. Just stand aside if you know what's good for you.
Oh, okay. Hang on, did I already... Go away. I did not, but I don't think I need to. Okay, whatever. There's that noise, which we're going to be hearing a lot of. I don't remember, Prometheus.
People complain about the Sith, but this quarantine is good for all the businesses.
Like, why wouldn't the sun be in the north? It makes perfect sense. Laura's playing this as if he was playing it basically for the first time, so he is probably going to level up once, and then he will go ahead and save all the other levels for Jedi.
friends and fellow humans. I bring you a warning. A warning of a great plague spreading across our planet.
It's called the Sith! Wait, no. No. It's called... Oh,
Please, listen to me. My name is Gorton Kolu. Will you join my cause? We must band together if we are to stop the spread of vermin and scum throughout Taris.
Vermin and scum? Are you referring to the Sith?
I am speaking of the hideous-looking aliens who walk the world of Taris. The Wookiees and Ithorians and Rhodians and Bith, all of them. Listen, friend, for these are dark times. That is why I, Gorton Kolu, have formed the Anti-Alien League. The time has come for action. We cannot sit idly by while aliens blight our glorious planet.
There is a chasm right behind him. Little force shove. There we go. Oh, he just fell. It's so strange. I suppose that's true, Cubic Skull. But I've already given the negative to gameplay for it, so... I've already answered that question, though. The first time I played this game, everybody told me, save your levels till you become a Jedi. And I was like, okay. I'll just be a dick to him. Like, I don't know what's worse, your hate-mongering or your ignorance.
You are like all the rest. You will not see the truth. On the day of reckoning, you will suffer with the rest of the alien lathers.
Come on, we should keep moving. Cook or no, people like him can make trouble for us.
I mean, if you want to make a counter-argument, Django, I'm listening.
The evil walks among us. The enemy is here. We must act now before...
That's true, that was a threat, and I do have a sword in my hand. And he does have a very stabbable neck. Hey look, it's not a character. I'm sorry, what do these people have against Twi'leks?
You'd think people would be a little more tolerant of others in this day and age. I guess stupidity and ignorance will never go out of style.
Genchopa chawi tichok twis yun kun. Watu yama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chi chinapala mule. Kin kun shika kuyami jut. Kakin chana. Bona na kachu. Mucho shakapaka. Rundi icha.
Yeah, well. I am astonished we haven't heard any Kashis yet, by the way.
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along. Move along, then.
We're gonna need some kind of disguise if we want to get past this guy.
No, Spicy Blue Milk, because my canon Revan would require me cheating. And using mods. I'm almost amused how many people keep asking if we're using mods. This is a review. We're not using mods. I know it's strange, Crazy Norse. No, Mike Romano. I will not be. I know, right, Revan? I just...
A plague spreads through our streets. We cannot sit idly by while this...
Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I heard a rumor Lore has a website. It's lorereloaded.com.
Uh-huh. On it. It's open.
I remember when a person didn't have to worry about thieves rummaging through their home.
Don't hurt my family. Look, just take what you want and get out.
Well, I mean, I've got this knife. I haven't stabbed anyone lately. I'm starting to get a little stab happy, you know? Like, I go without stabbing for 5 minutes.
You ain't supposed to be here. This ain't your home.
Well, I'll just steal your stuff and leave. I'll take all that. Thank you. Hey, Tazara, don't mind me just robbing innocents. No dark side points, by the way. Anybody I can rob here? Hello? Any innocent people here? Hello? No, okay, I'll just take your stuff. By the way, any of you ever live in an apartment like this? Actually, we call this flats here. Because a flat is basically a one-bedroom apartment. As in, I'm saying that wrong still, because a one-bedroom apartment is what I live in right now. No, a flat is one room. Just one room, nothing else. Yeah, sometimes I've seen them called studios too, but yeah, these suck. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure mine was about half this size. But let's not get into that. Hey, it's a Sith trooper. Maybe I could stab someone.
Just move along. There's nothing to see here. Where did you hide those Sith uniforms? Did you sell them to the Teresian underground? Start talking. I want answers.
Please, I'm only a visitor. What's going on in there?
You're a little too curious for your own good, civilian. This doesn't concern you.
I know all about Sith interrogations. This isn't going to end well.
I'm getting sick of your lies, you alien scum. We've got your ugly mug and a security tape from the base. Start talking before I splatter your slimy brains all over this room.
Uh-oh. I think the commander's losing his temper. I'm glad I'm out of here. It took me an hour to clean the bloodstains from my uniform after the last interrogation.
Why am I over there moving the other way? Whatever, I'm going to kill you all.
Who said that? Just stay out of this if you know what's good for you.
Look, I have a weapon and I really, really want to kill you.
What was that? Did I hear you right? Let us kill him? How can you stop us? Time to teach this civilian the penalty for defying the Sith.
Down you go!
I am 100% sure I'm not cheating. I would be using a lightsaber and having a Jedi robe if I was cheating right about now. Thank you, human. Aha! Wait, who are the hidden backs? Oh, you want me to... Alright, can I get one of those uniforms from you? Of course. Whatever. And I guess, of course, I can't loot the Sith I just killed for their uniforms, because, you know, that would be... and I'm stuck again. I'm going to start making a counter. This is the third time I've gotten stuck here. Third frickin' time. Yeah, but, like, it's just blood. Insert vampire meme here. Hey, at least I can get it running. From what I understand, Windows 10 users can't get this running at all.
Ready.
Reason number 345 to not downgrade to Windows 10 for me.
Please, please don't hurt me. You don't have to kill me. I'll have Davik's money if he just gives me a little more time. Please, I don't want to die. Here, I've got 50 credits on me. That's all I've got. It's yours. Just don't tell Davik where I'm hiding, okay? I'm begging you.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You mean you're not here to kill me?
No.
But I thought you were one of Davik's bounty hunters. If you're not here to kill me, what do you want?
Blood.
I don't think anyone can help me. I owe Davik money, and I was late with the payment. So he went to Zach's in the bounty office and put a price on my head. I've been hiding here ever since. But sooner or later, someone will find me. Unless I somehow come up with another 200 credits. I'm a dead man.
Okay, here you go.
You'd give 200 credits to a stranger just to help them out? I don't believe it. Well, thank you.
Wow, that sure was generous of you. I just hope we don't end up needing those credits later on.
Now I can pay off Davik. Oh, thank you. You've saved my life. I better go give this to Davik right away.
See, now I don't feel bad about robbing him. For 17 credits, totally worth it. I mean, I'm getting a bunch of med packs, so that's some. I got 15 now. Is that everything? I guess it is. Yeah, Krea's gonna get really stabbed. Over and over and over.
Ready. What? I'm here. What? I'm here. I'm here. What?
Okay, that's weird. We're gonna stop doing that. One more time.
Ready.
I'm here.
Okay, we're done. Actually, hang on. Let's do it properly. Hang on, Karth. Okay. This way.
I'm here. What?
There we go.
Ready.
I'm here. What?
Ready.
I'm here. I'm here.
That was sorry. No, wrong button. This button? No. Nope. Nope. No. No. Ah, no. That's still not it. P? No, that's still not it. What's the equipment screens button? It's not anything that makes sense. Go to wield, put on some armor. That is not the equipment screen. This is the equipment screen. This is the inventory screen. It is you. Of course, because equip, I mean, duh, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh my god. Negative to Karth. Got stuck.
Ooh, hey, look at this. It's the ship. Oh, no. I'm so scared. Ooh.
Careful. Don't do anything stupid. We don't want no trouble with the Sith.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Sorry about this, shitty. Come on, fellas, let's go.
Damn it, I was hoping to kill them all. For no good reason.
Is there anything more boring than being out on patrol? Oh, I guess I shouldn't complain.
Greetings, my Sith friends. Rest assured I have all the proper permits to be here, spreading my message. Feel free to stay and listen if you wish. You'll find my message most enlightening.
I spoke off. Oh, I'm well aware of Falkenstein, but I don't remember the last time I did it with the armor on, so I wanted to. Excuse me. Well, don't you get a permit to spread racist messages on the street? Because that's what I do. This is about when the Jets show up. I'm gonna start doing coordinated dance, you know. I mean, I guess I don't agree. Feels like it sounds like I'm saying you're wrong. It's more to the point that I just prefer a different interpretation, Gum Gum. Nope, it was the right hand. Eye strike. Game. Please let me go. Game. 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 Can't move. On the plus side, I'll be saving constantly because it's the only way to fix this bug. But I like having Sith armor. It makes me feel powerful. Makes me feel like I can bully around all the people who mocked me all this time. Probably Bryzer. Or don't. That's cool. What are you doing? No, no, stop, stop. Okay, sure, whatever. VSync is currently on.
Oh. Let's go.
That I could do that, Bryzer, but I'll do that during the lunch break. I'm not gonna do that right now. Well, thank you very much, Sonashi. Unless you want to put that towards Shadowlands, in which case, get that crap out of here. Why would that be offensive? KOTOR 2 is better gameplay-wise than anything in this game. Like, KOTOR 2 is so much superior to KOTOR 1. I can't believe anyone would ever be stupid enough. I'm done. But really, though, I remember when I played, KOTOR 2 and was actually surprised at how much better the combat was in that game. I can put it towards Dragon Age Origins, though. So thank you very, very much, Sonashi. Much obliged, sir. Yeah, when KOTOR 3 comes out, it'll be awesome. No, you are not, Magister. You know, it's funny. KOTOR 2's ending is absolute dog crap. And just the whole finale is dog crap. I don't like KOTOR 1's ending or finale either. I'm not on duty. Fine. Oh, it's you. Right, you. I'll put on clothing. Which is... I was wearing tissue paper, now I'm wearing nothing, basically. Let's see. KOTOR 1's ending. Excuse me, KOTOR 1's finale. So we have a disinteresting last dungeon with wave after wave of boring enemies to fight. We have a very boring last boss fight, which is basically a last boss which happens to have health packs. Then we have the endings. The light side ending, which I can't stand. Like, I actively despise the light ending. The dark ending's actually okay-ish, but requires you to kill missions, so we'll never see it. So, yeah, I'm actually weirded out that the music is playing as infrequently as it is, but whatever. Yeah, sorry, force packs, because that's basically what it is. Oh yeah, I got another bug. Yes, Darth Nihilus is not a character. Oh, there it is.
Greetings, stranger. My name is Gelrud. Are you a Pazak player by chance? It's so hard for me to find a match now that I've been banned from the Upper City Cantina.
Why were you banned?
A simple misunderstanding. Some of the other Pazak players don't understand the finer points of the game. So what if I win 15 matches in a row? That doesn't mean I cheat. There's no justice. My lucky Pazak deck was confiscated and I was banned from the Upper Cantina. Since then, I've been desperate to find a match.
But I don't have a Pazak deck.
You don't have a deck? Well, we can't play unless you have your own deck. Maybe you should go talk to Garuk in the Upper Cantina. He's looking to retire from the game, so he might sell you his deck. He'd probably even throw in a free lesson for you. Just come back and speak to me when you get your deck.
Yeah, no.
Go away.
Do not talk like that. We just want to say hi to big bad bounty hunter Kalo Nord. This can't be Kalo Nord. He's supposed to be tough. This guy's nothing but a runt.
One.
One? What's that mean? You be funny, tough guy? You know who we are, Kalo? We're members of the Black Vulcar gang. You don't want to be getting funny with us, tough guy.
2.
You don't understand. 1, 2? Why he count? You trying to count how many of us against him? It's 3 against 1, Kalo. What do you think about those odds? Well, you have something more to say?
3.
No! No!
I love the death animation. I'm not going to talk to him. Don't ask me to. By the way, Kalo Nord is probably going to be a negative of some kind later on. Just as a heads up. Yeah, let's not even get into Darth Bandon. Darth Bandon. God. If there was ever a waste of the word Darth, it's Bandon. He is Lucky Gorilla? Wow, I didn't know. I didn't even realize. Thank you very much, Coconut Hooves. Very much appreciate the sub, sir. Thank you. If you happen to know where you'd like to put that, as far as increasing interest or priority in a future stream, please let me know. So, searching for new talent. So, he's getting auditions. He needs a dance partner. Why would I go find Bastila? I got other stuff to do. So, why don't you have a partner?
Kipuna, Bonana Kichu, Kinpa Muleratwana, Tangabun Shan Omnang, Wanga Kun.
Alright, I'll be your partner. Well, thank you again, Coconut Hooves. I'm glad you like the TNG stuff. Lord knows I pour my heart and soul into those. Not the DS9 stuff, no. Nobody likes that. That's because I'm skipping through them, Von Falkenstein. If you really want me to let the whole thing play, I can.
Mana tota hakuji krala bolaji chok shontang shun kipa unapanka muli rikon kili kun kili no ba wati monyala kona una kun mulira. Tinku ukapa, topano aska, chinisko na akava abaka. Chachika don mula.
So, anyways, my persuade skill is garbage, because of course it is.
I told you to leave me alone. So give me some space, Bug-Eye. Your breath smells like bantha poodoo.
Kuyami, Juski, Chica, Nai. Tong Patoga, Smaktilia. Dabi, Yubong, Cookie, Pankpa. Tong Itwamaji, Human Act, Ikatune.
Who you call a little girl, Chuba Face?
Ubabatu, Conchi. Jiskadasoki, Kupa Bona, Nachachu.
Just a sec, boys. Zalbar, a little help here? I need you to rip the legs off some insects. Quit complaining. You can finish eating later. Besides, you need the exercise, so get over here.
Kiyokaku! Kimba Muli Rat Wanaji. Kuyami, Juski, Chica, Nai. Ubabaska, Dwana, Chichopa, Muska. Jiskadasoki, Kupa Bona, Nachachu.
You got a problem with me? Then you got a problem with Big Z. So unless you want to take on my furry friend, I suggest you greenies hop on out of here.
Chubasa! Kimba Muli Rat Wanaji. Kaba Volpa, Murji, Gumaya.
Say, I don't recognize you, and I know pretty much everyone in the lower city. You must be new down here. I guess that makes me and Big Z your official welcoming committee.
Huh. I'm surprised you speak basic.
It's not that strange. Most aliens can speak basic, they just prefer to use their own language. But I grew up here on Terrace, so I just sort of got used to speaking the native tongue.
You showed a lot of guts dealing with those Vulkars, kid. You got a name?
My name's Mission Veo, and this big Wookiee is my best friend Zalbar. I'd offer to give you a tour, but the streets down here aren't safe. But if there's anything else you need...
How do a Wookiee and a Twi'lek end up as best friends?
We just kind of fell in together. It ain't easy on your own here in the lower city. Everyone's always looking to push you around.
So we noticed. Still, you seem like an odd pair.
When I met up with Zalbar, it seemed like a pretty good match. I knew we could look out for each other. With my street smarts and his muscle, we make a great team.
Oh, okay. Peace, whoever you are.
You going? Yeah, this dive is pretty boring. No action around here. Come on, Big Z, let's go. Can't you think about something besides your stomach for 5 minutes? Come on. We'll go see if there's anything good to eat at the Beck base.
$23 million, Saldir. You fork that over, I will kill mission 3 times in a row. Jedi who's acting? I don't even know who you're talking about at this point. You're just speaking nonsense, man. Real quick. Let's turn this down a bit more.
Huh? What? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. My attention was kind of focused on the Twi'lek dancers. Look at them waggle those head tails. Don't worry, honey. Alien girls aren't really my thing. I'm much more interested in an attractive female of my own species.
And yet, you're into them waggling their head tails.
You're here about that? I guess Zax must have mentioned me to you at the bounty office. Fair enough. I don't care who takes her out. Just so long as the job gets done. I can't let her get away with what she did. That wench tried to cut me with her vibro blade.
Why would she do that?
Because she's crazy. She started screaming that I was making advances, and the next thing I know, she's coming at me with a knife.
Yeah, right. Sounds to me like she was defending herself.
I admit I was drunk. Maybe I got a little fresh. But it was no big deal. She didn't have to cut me.
I really wish I had a persuade skill.
Hey, you weren't there. She totally overreacted.
So yeah, let's get rid of this bounty.
What? I can't do that. Think how it would look. I work for Davik. I've got a certain reputation to uphold. I can't let her get away with this. There has to be payback. Although, I do feel a little guilty about all this. Dia's a good-looking gal. It'd be a shame to kill her. Tell you what, I'll take 200 credits in exchange for lifting the bounty.
I apparently don't have 200 credits. I just want to kill this guy anyways.
You're threatening me? I work for Davik Kang. If you kill me, you'll be signing your own death warrant. Do us both a favor and don't waste my time with stupid threats. Hate to see a pretty lady leaving, but you ain't the only girl in this place. I guess I'll go back to enjoying the dancers.
How much money do I have right now? 148. I need to go rob some people so I can help an innocent woman with an injustice. You're a freak! This means I have to loot, doesn't it? Ugh! I hate looting. God! Wait, no.
Kipuna, Bonana Kacho, Kimba Muliratwana, Kachicho, Rundi, Chibeduanani, Tarish, Labudana Ring, Chibedu.
See, this is why you need infinite money, so you can just give money away when you need to.
Uchua Penki. Chauba. Ki Muliraku. Kimba no Ku. Topa na O. Uba Bascado. Churches. Kaki.
Yeah, I don't see any vendor options there. Listen, if I could have killed him, Saldir, I would have. The game won't let me. For some reason, the GM just said no. I already robbed those people. I guess, is it robbing when they're already dead? Yeah. And no, Revan is not. For pretty obvious reasons. Of course money doesn't buy happiness. Money buys things that get you happiness. Duh. Everyone knows that. Yes, I would like to know.
You guys are behind with your payments. What do you think just because you're in some gang, you don't have to give Davik his cut? Ah, so you want to play this the hard way. Okay.
Who's he?
Rana no prata don't no sercha. Ichua penki.
I knew you boys would see reason. Now get out of here.
Too bad. I was looking forward to cracking some heads.
Maybe next time, Canderous. I better get this over to Davik. I'll call you if anyone else gets behind on their payments.
I wonder who this guy is. I don't recognize him.
Those Vulkars are dumber than a Coruscant granite slug. They actually think being in that pathetic little gang of theirs makes them important. Gadon keeps his hidden Becks in line, but Brezhik's getting dreams of grandeur. If Davik's smart, he'll slap that young punk back down.
Who are you?
I'm someone you don't want to get on the bad side of. And I'm not one for small talk. I don't have time to stick around here anyway. Davik's got me working on a special assignment.
Whatever. No, the Revan book is completely ejected for me in canonicity, or continuity, excuse me. That's the correct terminology. Nope, stop. Whatever. What happened to the Cardassians and the Ferengi? I was actually debating that, Arcus. But sadly, no, I don't think I can, in fairness. I don't want to do that right now. Most people would say the Darth Bane books are worth doing.
What? What?
Ready?
What? I'm here.
That's my response to you, Drongo.
Here's a bounty on your little green heads. I'm here to collect.
That's
the plan.
Don't you need, like, anything to prove that you killed these people? Pictures? Like, you know, bodies, fingers, Black Vulcar badges, something. I mean, in lore, like, you'd think you'd need some kind of way to prove that you actually did a bounty, other than the game keeping track of the flag, but, you know, whatever. They got it on camera. The scent, I like that idea. He smells like Rhodian now, so they know. And not just any Rhodian.
Oh!
Oh! I wasn't aware anyone liked the Revan book, Gum. I mean, I'm sure there's someone somewhere who does. What other apartments did I skip? Nectomato? Unless you made the topside apartments, which I did, you know, earlier. Do I have to kill you? Oh, that one. I feel like I skipped that for a reason, but I don't remember what the reason is. Because I was going to loop around to it later. Don't remember when that is, though. I'll admit that. Yes, I'm aware, Gum. I'm also aware of Light Revan and Dark Revan. Because we had to hit maximum stupidity. Eh. That's a good question. What do you guys think about the KOTOR remake rumors? Do you mind?
How'd you like that?
Also, bonus questions. Let's assume there is actually a new version of KOTOR coming out. Do you think it would be a port, a remaster, or a remake? Hey, Elam, how's life on Terrace? Heard your brother left for Tatooine to become a miner. At least leave hyperdrive behind to keep you company. Hope you're practicing with that blaster I gave you. Remember what I taught you, because you might need it. Terrace isn't like Alderaan. It can be dangerous there. I mean, you don't have to worry about Killix, but, you know. Stay away from those swoop gangs and keep everything locked up in the old strongbox. I'm just going to be busting through that thing. Hope to hear from you soon, Uncle Louie. Let's go do this. So there is no interface for me to slice the system. I have to figure out the password. What is the name of your pet? Hyperdrive. My uncle taught me to use a pasture. You're from Alderaan. Hey, 100 credits. I can go pay off that bounty now. I also have actual armor. Holy cramoly. I look terrible, but I have armor, so that's some. I would say I have no faith in them making a proper remake, but then again, Jedi Forces, or Jedi Fallen whatever, JFO was really, really good in my opinion, so what the hell do I know?
Ready.
I'm here.
On it. It's open.
Stop right there, or I'll give you a blaster shot right between the eyes. Now, what are you doing here?
Who are you?
No, I'm the one with the blaster pointed at you. I get to ask the questions. What are you doing here?
I was just exploring, dude.
Well, go explore somewhere else. There's nothing interesting for you here. This is your only warning. If you bother me again, you won't walk out of here alive.
Okay.
I gave you a chance to get out of here and leave me alone, but I guess you're just too stupid to take it. Now you'll see why I'm the most dangerous assassin on Taris. Ah!
I mean, that's up to you, Revenstick. You can make your own judgment call on that one, but I stand by the score I gave it. Oh my god. It's like the 5th time I've hit E, expecting it to open something that it doesn't. Where's you? Where's you? There it is. There we go.
I'm here.
But yeah, no, I thought Jedi Fallen Order was legitimately good. Not just good for Star Wars and good for EA. It was surprising. Like, really surprising. But that doesn't change the fact that I think it was a legitimately good game. I'll try that next time it happens, Drongo. I will admit, presentation was a lot of what I liked about JFO. I've heard a lot of people complain the story is fairly by numbers, and I agree. I loved the combat of JFO. I absolutely adored fighting things in that game, and I was playing on hard, for reference. Oh, geez, Saldir, I don't know. Oh, are we stuck again? We're stuck again. Okay, so here's me. Oh, okay. Maybe we weren't stuck? Pride, Valvedrix. And a little bit of irritation, I'll admit. But mostly pride. That's not fair. Some people have this weird misconception of thinking that I prefer games on easy. And that is actually not true. I prefer games on hard. But hard usually isn't hard and usually takes time. So... Wow. His security is 1? But yeah, no. Hard usually isn't actually difficult, which is one of my biggest aggravations with that. Now, what? Awareness? Oh, okay, there we go. Sure, we'll raise awareness. Why not? What do we got here? He's already super specialized in weapon pistols. Power Blast sucks. Power Attack. He's not going to use. What do you think, Chongo? What should I give him, Mr. Min-Maxer? Because I have no idea what I would give him here. See, I don't agree, Robin. I'm sorry, I just don't. But, like I said, I already gave my opinion on that one. Where the hell is... Oh, there's Rapid Shot. Didn't even see that. Right. The resultant. So that's a good sign, Salder. I am surprised that it didn't end in total disaster, to be completely honest with you. But it is good. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. I would probably aim towards making your next thing something... So you've already done diplomacy. I would probably go ahead and try to make your next thing something explore mission, you know, like doing a mission for whatever. I'm not sure, Django, because that was a different circumstance. Don't you guys keep a giant knife for stabbing people? Just ready at the ready always. The one time I forgot to have a knife on my desk is the one time I needed it. Never again. Never again. I also have the deadliest weapon known to mankind on my desk. Which I'm not sure you can see because of the green screen. It's a duster. I have found that it's easy to keep your computer equipment free of dust if you just literally have a duster right here. And you just use it periodically. Keeps the dust levels down.
How'd you like that? Time to rumble!
Oh, I know what you're saying, but how do you deal with the dust inside? That's what the air's for. Which I also keep right here. Whoops. No, this is actually where I'm going. Pay attention, Lord. Pay attention. What brand are you? It is in fact a Swiffer brand. What? There we go. Hope you like that sound, by the way. Really, Takoida? I just prefer canned air, but then again, I don't let it get bad. I do it periodically. I also have a cube instead of a tower, which is a lot easier to keep open. So that's nice. Really? That's all I can do? Alright, whatever. Go forth, my minion! Oh my god, I'm turning into Darth Malik. I do love how you get experience for stuff that your pets kill. Resistance was futile. Right, my kimono. Alas, poor droid. I didn't have the repair skill. Or the parts necessary to optimize it. Look, I'm not evil. I just want to kill all these people and take their stuff so I can help an innocent person. Is that so wrong? That's literally my goal right now. By the way, that's not even a joke. I need to go pay off this bounty, so I'm going to murder people. I mean, actually, this isn't really murder, if we're being completely honest. Like, I walk up and they attack me, so, you know.
How'd you like that?
Oh!
Let's go!
That is so horrible, Saldir. You know, there's a phrase in D&D that I didn't come up with. It's called murder hobo. I don't know if you're aware of the concept, Saldir, but it really sounds like your players are murder hobos. I'm probably just not going to do the arena stuff, honestly, on Falkenstein. That way I don't have to level. Although I may have to level anyways, so we'll see. Just checking my stuff. Ah, it's the Dex suit, so that's going to be for her once I get her. Not that I know I'm going to get her later. Give him a shield. I really wish I could get a better blaster or 3. Actually, funnily enough, of all the things I've GM'd over the years, I don't actually often get murder hobo parties. Go figure. Murder nobility. We are the upper aristocracy of murderers, thank you very much. Another puzzle, I suppose. Or I can just brute force it. Sorry I couldn't be there with you, but here's the package I promised. Remember, activate the holographic security system in the proper order, or... Just act them in the same order they joined the band. Since you're their manager, you should be able to figure out the code. I still think this is a mistake. Davik won't be happy if Ashana can't fill in for her sister. You want to get Davik mad, or you might never come out of that estate again. Anyway, good luck. Okay, I've got this. It was this person first. Nope. It was totally this person first. Definitely. Yeah, we get the loot, though. Karth didn't take any damage. Karth just did the... and that was it.
I'm here.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, hang on. Hang on. Anyways, yeah, so let's brute force this. Brute force this. No, that's not what I clicked, you stupid game. That's also... Yeah, well, hang on. Didn't I just read the data pad? There's no data pad to read. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Seriously, what are you talking about? Isn't that what you do, Gum Gum? Oh, there it is. No, I don't have any mods going whatsoever. Bull crap. I just read the damn thing. Okay, fine, whatever. Come on. Ham. That's not actually useful for me, but whatever. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Here, Karth, we need some armor for you. There we go. Perfect.
I'm here.
I wanted to get him something that I felt would be most appropriate for him. It's the same armor as mine, just with better dex bonus, which doesn't really apply to me, Django.
On it.
So I'll give that to Mission.
It's open.
Kipuna.
Uh-huh.
Puna na kachu. Kipuna. 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 Puna na kachu. Kimba no mulina na tuana.
It is upgradable. Okay, you're right. But at the moment, it's total garbage. Is it? Am I done? I'm done. Okay. Okay. I've done that. I still need to do that. Which is not that way. God damn it. Frickin' Matrick.
Uh-huh.
Look, it's not my fault that he's afraid of people in Sith armor. Here, you know what? Karth, take off all your clothes. Okay, let's go. Just for you guys. No, Gum Gum? Not even sure where you're getting that from, but whatever. Didn't I just kill you guys?
How'd you like that?
And then Syldir vanished forever. Never to be seen again until his next game. You probably answered me, Syldir, but I am actually curious if you're gonna... Okay, hang on, we're totally stuck. There you go. That did actually work. Holy crap. Took a second, but it did work. I am curious if you're going to do the explore type of mission instead of the diplomacy type of mission next. Hey, we're not Sith. I'm here to rob this place. Sit down and shut up and you won't get hurt. Well, I'd roll persuade, but persuade is crap. Fine. Whatever. I didn't want a persuade skill anyways. Stupid game. Hate this game. Worst game I've ever played. 17 negatives to gameplay. Actually, while we're playing here, I am curious if you guys can come up with any gameplay positives. Just in general. This way. I mean, of course I picked Soldier. I usually play fighters. And actually, I know a lot of people who picked Soldier their first time playing this. In fact, I actually don't know anyone personally who didn't, now that I think on it.
This better be important.
Yeah, so... here's the money.
Don't worry. I'll stick to my end of the bargain. I'll go tell Zax right now that the bounty is off the table.
Actually, fun enough, I was thinking dialogue options. Legit. Since, again, I do consider that gameplay for a game like this, and, well, it's not at the level of some truly amazing games. There's some fun dialogue stuff you can do in this game. Where the hell? Hi, Cobra. Okay, so there's that, and there's that. I love it, by the way. I just mentioned how I've, I don't know anyone personally, as in person, who didn't pick Soldier. And like 10 people in chat are like, I didn't pick Soldier. Telltale's Walking Dead is a video game. Anyone who says otherwise is a moron. Oh yeah, I suppose I should go ahead and check out the Hearth feature. Let's go ahead and do that. These are linear, right? Like, if memory serves. Like, it's not like I get an option. I just get to improve it. Okay, just making sure I'm remembering correctly. Okay. I guess I'll put some armor on Karth. Means I don't get to stare at his sexy, sexy abs, though. So hang on. So we've got dialogue options. That's a possibility. Actually, you know what? I want to change that to. I'm going to debate both of those. I have no idea, and I have no idea, Colgrim, respectively. Let's see. Or Xenogears, Dakota. Thank you very much, Sinister Wing. Very much obliged and appreciate, sir. Thank you. And I will put that towards Pathologic 2. I saw a comment recently. I want to address this because I think it might be relevant to right now. I'm going to pull up the comment here. Blah, 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 blah. My irritation is palpable. I think most of us are pretty disappointed, but I'm not sure it was just more than that. Maybe I'm just watching Lord, so I don't get the unfiltered lore. I don't know. We don't expect you to fake it and say you love the game, of course. We're here because of your opinions. I'm more worried something else might be upsetting you, but regardless, I know tired frustration when I see it. It's just really saddening to watch someone who is very kind and caring be mildly rude and distant. That was me during the Warcraft 3 Reforged run. To be clear, that was because of Warcraft 3 Reforged. My life is going better than it has been in a long time in real life. So that has nothing to do with anything. I'm only bringing that up now because I'm wondering if anybody would have a similar thought here. Admittedly, I am kind of tired right now, and today's going to be an extra long day because it's a Lore Reloaded day. But I'm trying to think, because see, the thing is, I don't feel like I'm being that bad, but I wanted to ask you guys flat out, since, now I'm playing a game that, I enjoy. It's old. It has some old problems. I know there's more negatives than positives right now. But just to talk this out a little bit, one of the things I actually remember liking about KOTOR, and I'm penciling this in right now, is quest design. I remember actually enjoying the quest design of KOTOR. Maybe not to the level of KOTOR 2, but, decent level. What I also love about this game, what I also like about this game, though, legitimately, is I do like a lot of the dialogue options in the way that the game usually gives me a decent variety of dialogue options. But at the same time, I'm actually talking myself down from that positive. I think I would be more likely to say that the dialogue options are enjoyable rather than varied. Because this is not Dragon Age Origins, and this is not... I'm sure there's another example of that. Baldur's Gate 2, there you go. Baldur's Gate 2 and Dragon Age Origins both have the example of many dialogue options that allow you to have a lot of variety in how you respond. Whereas this is basically, you're a good guy, you're looking for more information, or you're a bad guy. But that being stated, I do generally enjoy the dialogue options themselves. I'm wondering if that might be baked into an aggregate positive. I'll have to think about that. Map layout is something else I'm debating. This is something I myself have talked about before. And it's the idea that while BioWare games love their I can't think of the word. Going back through the same area again. There's a frickin' backtracking. BioWare games love their backtracking. All the BioWare games have backtracking to some extent or another. And as I've said many, many times, there's a difference between good backtracking and bad backtracking. However, at least in Terrace, by memory, most of the design of the levels is actually good, not only to generally minimalize backtracking, but to make most of the backtracking not bad backtracking, because most of Terrace involves loops. You know, you do the upper area, and then you do the upper area, then you do the upper area, then you do the upper area, then you go down, you do the lower area, go over here, lower area, and then you can go back up once to turn in a few things, down once to turn in a few things, and then you go to the underworld. To me, that's actually decent. Overall, a decent approach to things. Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is a pretty bad approach to backtracking. But yes, that would be correct, Regibrock, and that is exactly how I felt. It was hard for me, it was legitimately difficult for me the entire run to focus on just reviewing Warcraft 3, which is the mentality I forced myself into, to deal with that. The menu resolution probably looks a little bit smaller on your screen than mine. This is most of my monitor here. Like, it's like this big for the actual menu, and then this here, so... So to talk this out, if we ever actually get to do our review of Dragon Age Origins, that game will probably get multiple positives for the dialogue, because there's the enjoyability and then there's the variety, and those are two separate mechanics. I'm also going to jot down a potential positive for Karth. And I'm going to put down a potential positive for Mission. I'm going to debate these. This is why these are being penciled in rather than codified. I don't want to pull an FF7 again and front load all the positives. Oops, that's the wrong thing. This is the one I want. So there we got those. That being said, I've been thinking about the music issue. And I don't think I'm going to give it a negative, but what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to not give this game a positive for music. Now, I want to explain why a little bit. Because I like the music in KOTOR. I actually legitimately like it. In fact, here, give me a second. One moment. Just hang on. If I could find it. Okay, that's not a bet. That's a low quality, but like that song, right? Yeah, it's Dantooine's music, and I actually really like that song. In fact, I really like several songs from KOTOR. The problem is they have the old WoW vanilla problem. Most of the sound clips are 40 to about 90 seconds long. And then they don't play for large sections of time. Now, WoW Vanilla solved this by adding a toggle, which basically meant loop music. Now, that wasn't really a solution, because what it would mean is that would just play over and over and over and over and over, which irritate the crap out of me. Here, what ends up happening is there's several sections of the game where there's just silence. Or not, I'm saying not silence. Silence on the music track, but there is audio design. There's actual noise going on in the background. Basically, yeah, I didn't see anything from you, Sovicom. Basically, I feel that there are several sections, and again, we'll debate this, but there are several sections where I don't feel the music is being used properly, but the music is decent enough, and this is the other qualifier. The overall sound design is decent enough to make up for it. In short, this is an absence of a positive, not a positive or a negative, and that's why I think I'm going to go that route with it. No, we're not romancing anyone, Galtori. Because screw romance! Death to romance! And to the living! Yeah! And then you gotta twist it. Really important to twist the knife. Ugh. Alright, alright. What was I talking about? That being said, I do have to give the game credit for the map transit options.
Listen to me, people.
In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and jot that down as a potential positive. I'll debate that. But it reminds me of, as weird as it's going to sound, Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 with town portals. I'll need to, basically, do me a favor and remind me to use that periodically to test its limits. I'm just going to jot that down as town portal system. It's not as good as, say, Diablo 3, which, I know, I joke too much, Blue Wolf, I'm sorry. It's not as bad as Diablo 3, or excuse me, it's not as good as Diablo 3, which has Nerd Factor, which is amazing. But
that is a terrible scourge.
It's still a good system. There's a terrible scourge. Yeah! Yeah! We're done. Okay. Thank you, Nerd Factor. Thank you very, 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 very much. Very much obliged and appreciate. Thank you so much. If you'd happen to know where you'd like to put those various 6 subs, as far as increasing interest and priority in the stream, please let me know. But otherwise, thank you very, very much, sir. I like Karth. I know people don't. I've even asked, why don't you like Karth? And the answer is Pipeliner Jim. Who hates Karth, by the way. He can't stand him. And thank you very much, Pipeliner Jim. Even though you hate Karth, I appreciate the sub. Thank you. If you know where you'd like to put that one, please let me know. But seriously, where would you like to put that one, Nerd Factor?
Yes, what's on your mind?
You wanted to talk to me?
I'm all ears, beautiful.
Don't you frickin' dare! I will kill you so hard, there will be nothing left of them to find. Wait, so you're done watching my show now, Nerd Factor? Okay. Well, it's been nice having you, Nerd Factor. Thank you again for your presence and for your support. If I ever stream anything you're interested in again, that'd be nice. But otherwise, I guess I'll see you whenever. How do I shut him down as hard and as violently as possible? Look, I'm just saying. Like, if you flirt with me, I will murder you in the face. Unless you're Bragwin.
A little bit touchy, are we? Is there something else you'd prefer I called you?
How about gorgeous? I like that better. FNAF. FNAF. I saw Pipeliner, thank you. I put it towards GTA. How about you call, you know, I don't think this is gonna do it. Hang on, Karth, buddy. There we go. Now, I know you think you know what pain is, Karth, but I want to assure you that the moment you are inside of this blade, you are going to begin a new understanding, a new chapter in the arc of pain. In the history of Karth Onasi. It'll be called the Pain Chapter. There'll be detailed notes. There will be many screamings in your future. If you ever flirt with me again.
Don't get yourself in a twist over it, gorgeous. I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh my god. That's it. Canonically, Karth Onasi is now stuck within Frostmourne. Forever. Hey, buddy. You enjoying your new life in there? I sure hope so, because I'm never letting you out.
Oh, for crying out... Fine. If it'll make you feel better, you call me something. Go ahead. Come on. I can take it.
What? You know, what's funny is I don't recall ever seeing this dialogue. I can do that, absolutely. Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, sexist worm.
Is that it? You can do better than that.
Let's see, we've got lobotomized Gamorrean, brainless lice-ridden Bantha, or sexless marsh toad. Oops. 3? Should I hit 3, guys?
Ouch. That is better. Well, I bet beautiful doesn't sound so bad in comparison now, does it? Stubborn as ever. Okay, you got me. I bet you have your heart set on those questions. Are they really necessary? No, I don't have a problem with it, really. Go ahead and interrogate me.
Alright. Your secrets will be mine!
All my secrets are purely of the mundane variety, unfortunately. Nothing worth extracting, though. You're welcome to try. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective.
Being eaten by a Sarlacc is much worse than being stuck inside Frostmourne. Seriously, Sarlaccs do not belong in Star Wars. In fact, now they're not in Star Wars. So Bastila didn't have time to use her powers.
True. Bastila is as powerful as I say. She's the one who defeated Darth Revan, after all. I guess that no Jedi ability, no matter how powerful, makes up for being completely surprised and outmatched. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? I mean, just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway?
I'm a soldier, and I'm definitely not Darth Revan.
Hell no. Unless you consider that you were a last-minute addition to the crew roster and you just happened to be one of the survivors.
Okay. We've banned fire. Alright. Mission accomplished, Kay. Let's try that again. There we go. And we also banned K. There we go. K doesn't exist anymore.
Don't be ridiculous. You've more than proved yourself since the crash. We wouldn't have made it this far without you, but still. No? Well, maybe. Don't get me wrong, it just seems odd that someone Bastila's party specifically requested to transfer aboard happens to survive.
Why would she request my transfer?
The Jedi requested numerous things when they came on board. I mean, hell, they practically took over the ship, as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastila and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing, I know. I learned a long time ago not to take things at face value, however, and I hate surprises.
It's okay, I'm Darth Revan.
I mean, I have to expect the unexpected, just to be safe.
I mean, we're on the same side, Karth.
Look, it has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things?
I mean, I consider this kind of important.
All right. You must be the most damn persistent woman I've ever met. We'll talk about it, but later. Right now, I just want to get going.
No, I'll just wait for it to come out on PC, Pipeliner.
What?
I'm here.
Actually, so things like that, ignoring the obvious amusement from Karth, are part of why I like Karth. The other reason I like Karth, though, is the reason that's already been given. He has a brain. I mean, granted, he's got, you know, a little bit of a trust issue, but can you frickin' blame him? I wonder what the best armor in this game is. Or is it just the Master Robes? So, Revan. What other settings would Revan do well in? All of them, 100%. Stats, Django. Pure stats.
Hey, you can't just walk in here. This is the hidden back base. How do I know you're not a Vulcar spy sent to kill Gadon Thek?
Yeah, I need Gadon's help. I was told to speak with him.
A lot of people want to go inside and speak to Gadon. He's a hero of the common folk. But the days of the Hidden Beck's open-door policy are gone. Between the Sith conquest and the Vulcar gang war, Gadon has more enemies than he used to. We're being careful about who we let in now.
I mean, I could be an ally against those enemies.
Well, we do need all the help we can get. And you don't look like you're with the Vulcars or the Sith. Besides, it's not like you can do anything to harm Gadon in the heart of his own base. Not with Zerdra watching his back.
Melee and Jedi, Django.
Go in and speak to Gadon if you want. Just remember to be on your best behavior. The Hidden Becks are watching you.
God, I just realized it's going to take me all day to get through Taurus. It just hit me. We haven't even gone to the lower levels yet. I'm actually curious. Aw, won't let me put on the Sith armor anymore.
Hold it right there. Who are you, and what is your business with Gadon?
Calm down, Zerdra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadon. Brejik and his Vulcars want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on sight, Zerdra? Like the Vulcars do? I will never let it come to that. Now step aside and let them pass.
As you wish. You can speak to Gadon if you want, but I've got my eye on you. You try anything and you'll be vaporized before you can say Vulcar spy.
Vulcar spy? Yeah, no, we don't have any cheats. This is a review. We're trying to avoid cheating. We may not succeed, I don't know, and I admittedly don't care that much. But again, we are still going to try to push through this without cheats.
You'll have to forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brejik and the Vulcars began this war against us, she's been a little overzealous in her security duties. The problems with the Sith haven't helped things. Zerdra seems to forget that I know how to look after myself. Now, how can I help you?
You're Phil Lamar. You've done enough already. Seriously, Phil Lamar is a treasure.
A foreign army invades Terrace, declares martial law, and locks down all travel to and from the planet? You damn well bet I have a problem with that. If the Sith ever moved in down here, all the swoop gangs would unite against them. We'd use hit-and-run guerrilla tactics to pick them off. Their casualties would be enormous.
Don't fool yourself. The Sith would never commit to that kind of operation. They'd probably do something much more grand and deadly.
But so far, the Sith have stayed out of the lower city, and our strength is wasted on this stupid gang war. I tried to explain this to Brezhik, but he and his Vulkars won't listen.
Anyways, I need information on those Republic escape pods that crashed in the Undercity.
The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the upper city about them as well. But you don't look like you're with the Sith.
They might be spies, Gadden. They might be working for the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door. No, I think this off-worlder has her own agenda.
Yeah, I'm not working for the Sith. Hide Sith armor.
I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang. But it might cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book. The Vulkars stripped those pods clean within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found. A female Republic officer named Bastila survived the crash.
Who?
We Becks don't believe in intergalactic slavery, but the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner.
Right. I need to get in there and rescue that twit.
Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
I still think Bastila's just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brezhik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her.
I know, Karth's right there.
I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brezhik's game to take over the lower city. He's offered her up as the Vulkar's share of the prize in the annual swoop gang race. By putting up such a valuable prize, Brezhik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller gangs. Their numbers will allow him to finally destroy me and my followers.
So how do you propose we go about rescuing Bastila then? Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastila is to somehow win the big season opener of the swoop race.
Alright, can you help me with this?
I might be able to help you with this. If you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose.
Sure.
The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hiddenbecks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back.
Okay, how do I get into their base?
Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. But I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Veo.
Mission? Gadden, you can't be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulkar base, it's her.
Depends on the rider, Baron. So where's Mission?
She and her Wookiee friend Zalbar are always looking to stir up a little excitement. They like to go exploring in the Undercity, despite the dangers. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity. But you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator.
I mean, I got some uniforms.
A simple disguise might have worked on the upper city guard, but the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway.
What do you want with Sith uniforms?
I like to be prepared. Eventually, the Sith are going to try to drive us out of the Undercity. Sith disguises might give my people the edge we need in a crucial battle.
Okay.
Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Nope.
I suggest you hurry. The swoop race is coming up, and we want you to have time to practice before the race.
I mean, I guess. Or I can just kill everyone here. I do like killing everyone. Over and over. Actually, no, Console Hot. Weirdly enough, I always liked the usage of Sith as a organizational demonstrative rather than, you know, Sith Lord or anything like that. It's also admittedly a bad habit of mine, and I imagine Huthor could chime in on this, that I have a bad tendency to refer to the Jedi Order as simply Jedi in the exact same manner. You know, stupid Jedi, right? Here's just for you, Spinobi. Whoops, I missed it. Oh shoot, I've turned around. There we go, here we go. It depends on...
there, civilian. Only those with official Sith business are allowed into the Undercity. Unless you've got the proper security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came.
I have the papers right here, dude.
Let me see. Yeah, these look to be in order. Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rat ghouls, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
Anyways, thank you very much, Spinobi. Very much obliged the sub, sir. If you happen to know where you want to put that, please let me know.
You there, Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5 credits! That's what it costs to use our elevator. 5 credits!
But... you... Homeworld Cataclysm, you got it. General. This isn't even $5. This is like 5 cents. Okay, that's an exaggerative. How to respond to these people.
We are the outcasts, banished and reviled by those who dwell above.
Here in the filth and darkness, we claw out a wretched existence, scavenging and begging just to survive long enough to see another wretched day.
This is our village. We live here in the Undercity. You have to pay us 5 credits for using our elevator.
Here's 20 credits. Buy some food and clothing.
Credits, my brother! We have credits. Now we can buy food and medicine.
Hush, or the others will hear us. They'll want our credits. We have to hide them.
Go on, you two. Get out of here. I'm sorry about that. Those 2 beggars give everyone in the village a bad name. We aren't all like that, you know. Most of us are good people.
I'm sure you are, miss. It's just too bad your little welcoming committee is here to give people a bad first impression.
My name's Revan. Who are you?
My name is Shalina. You're from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there?
Eh.
Not to you, I suppose, but you're probably used to its beauty by now. I've never been to the surface, but sometimes I think I can see it in my dreams. The sun, the sky, the stars. It all sounds so wonderful. Gendar, the leader of our village, tells me I should spend more time trying to improve things down here and less time dreaming about something I can never have. Maybe he's right. You probably think I'm a fool, having dreams of a place I've never even seen. But when I was little, Rukil used to tell me stories of what it was like up there.
Your dedication will be rewarded.
God, that startled me. Hang on. Yeah. Technically, she might actually live through this. Remember, several of these people do survive. of this particular group, if I do things right. Yeah, terrorists, ladies and gentlemen. No, there's no social commentary here. What are you talking about? Thank you very much, Wraith. Very much obliged, sir, as always. Malachor, I think I'm agreeing with you, but I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to pencil that in. Not a single person, Finger Muffin, no. That, oh god, that'd be so horrible, Takoida. I'd be okay with it if it had an option to kill her. What? I don't like being betrayed. Oh yeah, no, I'll totally be nice to you. You just robbed me! And then she's dead. That's how that should work. Actually, I'm going to do that too. I'm just going to go and do that. I mean, I'm with you, Retro. Why not? So who's Rukil?
Rukil's the oldest man in the village. The kids call him Rukil Wrinkleskin, but he's a kind man. He used to tell me the greatest stories when I was a little girl. I still like to listen to his tales about the Promised Land, even though I know they're just legends, but it helps to make the Undercity seem less dark somehow.
How would that, sure. What's the Promised Land?
It's just a story to make little children smile. Rukil believes in it, though. Sometimes I can almost believe it myself, but then I look around and see the ugly truth. I guess we have to make the best of what we have, though. If you really want to learn more about the Promised Land, you should speak to Rukil.
Hang on. I just got to share something with you guys. Real quick, give me just a moment. I was trying to remember the specific... We find out just... There's like this horribly tragic end to these people in the Promised Land in Tor, and I can't actually remember the specifics on it, but whatever.
He's wandering around somewhere on the south side of the village. He doesn't move too far. He's hard on his bones. He's over 100 years old. The children laugh at him, and people think he's crazy because of his stories about the Promised Land, but he's really just a kind old man.
Okay, I'm out. Peace.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever need anything, or if you just feel like talking, come back and see me. I hardly ever get a chance to speak to someone from the Upworld.
I do remember they found it and then it didn't go well, but I don't remember specifics. Also, we're in Midgar all of a sudden. Could a proper remake of this game be done? I don't see why it couldn't. Who would I hire to do it? Nobody.
You come from the world above. Is this the time of destiny, then? Is this a portent of the salvation of my people?
Sure, Loner.
Or merely another false sign to mislead us from the path? Are you the herald of prophecy? The beacon to guide us through the darkness? Or are you merely another harbinger of shattered dreams and unfulfilled promises?
Be careful. This one might be crazy enough to be dangerous.
Speak to me, Upworlder. Tell me what fate you unleash upon us. Salvation or damnation? Speak, Upworlder. I beg you.
No. No. Oh, okay. So anyways, I am not running any mods. I know I've said that a dozen times by now. I should turn it into a drinking game, help myself stay hydrated. I am not running any mods. This is a review. Hey guys, when we review Oblivion and Morrowind, no mods. Tor is not on the list for review, and God, I hope it never gets there.
You are uncertain, bewildered, perplexed. Understandable, I suppose. Even after 100 years of life, I myself still become confused at times. Perhaps I can make things more clear. Some things, at least. My name is Rukil, the oldest outcast here in the village. Rukil Wrinkleskin, the children call me sometimes.
So, I am Revan. What do you want?
Once I was honored for my wisdom, but over time the villagers fell away from the true path. Eventually there was only a single apprentice who followed me, and now she is gone too.
$23 million, Nerd Factor, and I will totally do it. Bastia who, Zach? Listen, guys, you just gotta have faith. I just need a few more credits.
No, not yet. I must be wary. Careful. You may be a false savior. Dare I share my secrets with you? No, not until you prove yourself.
How do I prove myself?
My apprentice is lost. I sent her out into the Undercity to find... Well, I cannot tell you. Not yet. Sadly, my apprentice has not returned. Please, Upworlder, will you help an old man? Will you seek out my apprentice in the Undercity? Her name is Malia. I must know of her fate, whatever it may be. I must know what she found.
Okay.
Finding her may be difficult. Malia could be anywhere in the Undercity. But if you will find her, I will know you to be our true savior. Only then can I reveal my secret knowledge to you.
I'll be back later.
I wish you luck, Upworlder. Come speak to me again once you have discovered the fate of my apprentice.
Look, I'm not evil, but I can imagine we're playing D&D. And I'm like, all right, I turn to my GM. I want to roll stealth. And I roll really well. So he's like, okay, what do you want to do? I want to walk by him, and as I'm walking by him, I want to just shiv him right in the ribs and then keep him going as if nothing happened. So I'm just like, and he's dead, basically, and I just keep walking. Oh my god, what happened? That poor man! Guys, he's collapsed! I think he's having a heart attack! Everyone, come quickly! Help! Help!
Hurry, Hindar! Hurry! I can hear it coming!
He'll never make it. He's doomed. I told him he was a fool to leave.
Is that Clark?
He will make it. Run, Hindar, run!
Open the gate! Quickly! There isn't much time!
I can't. The rat ghouls are too close.
Totally him.
Mutants will kill him if you don't open the gate.
And if I open the gate, they'll kill us all.
No! You can't do this! It isn't fair! Please, make him open the gate. Hindar will die if he doesn't.
I can't open the gate. Not while the rat ghouls are so near.
Look, I unironically like Cam Clark as a voice actor, so screw all y'all. I don't see why not, Baron. Just pinch the right spot for a few seconds.
You'd risk your life for a stranger? You're brave, Upworlder. I'll open the gate for you, but you gotta be quick. In a few seconds, I must close and lock it again.
Can't they climb? Can't we climb? Ah, whatever. Nom, nom.
Damn, I feel sick.
That...
You asked for this!
I can't thank you enough for saving me, Upworlder. If I had anything but these rags on my back, it would be yours. But we have nothing.
I still have you, Hindar. That's all I need. Let's go back to the village.
You're welcome.
Thank you for saving Hindar. You are braver than I, Upworlder. Maybe we outcasts have lived too long in selfish fear. Perhaps we can learn a lesson from your brave actions. But enough of my ramblings. Is there something you need, Upworlder?
Yeah, A one-way ticket off this planet. Jesus Christ, get me out of this place. This place is truly hell. Up top, we have racist bigots and Sith, along with gangsters running the show. In the middle, we have open gang warfare and gangsters running the show. And in the bottom, we have rat ghouls and beggars. No one's running the show down here. Just this whole planet is horrible. Who are you?
I'm Trellin, from the outcast village. It's my job to guard the gates and see they are locked to protect us from the rat ghouls.
We crashed. Okay, let's rewind a second. Yeah, we're in Detroit. So we Malik was right, guys.
I have decided the only possible solution to this situation is to show how amazing I am by sending wave after wave of droids down to the surface.
So the reason we're here, Savicom, is we were on a ship that was passing through this area, and we were basically making a pit stop here as we head back towards Republic-controlled territory. We got caught, ambushed, barely escaped on an escape pod, and we're currently grounded, basically. We don't have a ship or any methods off-planet, with the Sith having a blockade. Because in Star Wars, you can blockade a planet somehow.
I just guard the gates. Gendar's the leader of the village, Upworlder. You should speak to him if you have any questions.
Alright, let me through the damn door. There's my question.
Upworlder.
Where's your brother? Who's obviously got the superior genes, I'm just saying.
Please, you have to help me. Nobody else is gonna help me. Even the Becks won't help me. But I can't just leave him there. He's my friend. You'll help me, won't you?
Kind of does look like she has a hat on, doesn't it?
It's Zalbar. He's in trouble. Big trouble. We have to help him. If we don't, they'll sell him into slavery.
Okay, first of all, not cool.
Me and Zalbar, we were just wandering around here in the Undercity. You know, looking for stuff we could find, just kind of exploring. We do it all the time.
I guess with a Wookiee at your side, you've got to figure you can handle the odd rat ghoul attack.
Only this time, they were waiting for us. Gamorrean slave hunters. We didn't even have a chance to run. Big Z threw himself at him and then roared for me to run. I took off. I figured Zalbar would be right behind me. But there were too many of them. He couldn't get away. They're going to sell him to a slaver, I just know it.
Fine, I'll save his life, but only if he swears a life debt to me so I can use him to murder you later, okay?
No way. I'm the one that got Zalbar into this mess, so I'm coming with you. I'm not going to abandon him again.
Okay, where'd they take him?
I don't know for sure, but those Gamorreans like to hang out in the sewers. The stink reminds them of home, I guess. That's probably where they took Big Z.
By the way, the implication here is that there's sewers that come from this level to this level to this level, and down here it just kind of collects.
It's a deal. As soon as we get Big Z back, I'll show you a way into that Volker base. Now come on! We have to find Zalbar before they sell him to slavers, or worse.
Do you know where he's being kept?
The Gamorreans make their camps in the sewers. I bet that's where we'll find Zalbar. And that's where I'll show you the secret entrance into the Volker compound.
Yeah, Zalbar needs a serious bath when we get down here. When we get through with here, I should say.
Ready?
What?
This button. Here we go. Hey, she's light side for some reason. Okay, so attributes. Dex, obviously. Duh. Skills. Oh my god, look at her skills. She's gonna be my do-everything character, other than Persuade. God. Let's go and make her security higher. And I have more points to work with. Sure. Well, no. I mean, that is a rogue in 3.5 edition. I mean, yeah, sure, they have backstabs, and that's neat and all, but I'll tell you what a rogue's real benefit is in D&D 3.5. Skills. Lots and lots of skills. I once played a rogue, and I got really good luck on my dice, so I had 118 I could use, and I put it into int. Holy crap. I started running out of skills to raise.
Yeah?
What?
Normally, I'd say that this game deserves a negative for having balancing issues. But I don't actually think it has balancing issues in the strictest sense of the word. I mean, it does from a long-term perspective or a min-maxing perspective, because some abilities are just or some setups are so much better than other setups, and there's no respec. But I don't think I've ever noticed that in any playthrough of this game.
Help me. Please. I can feel it inside my skin. Something growing. Like some kind of hideous disease.
I mean, I could kill you.
No! No! I can feel it! Ah!
Yeah, so, straight up Resident Evil magic. What? No joking there.
Damn, I feel sick.
Poor guy. If only I had a serum. But alas, he was the first thing I saw, so I interacted with him first. I guess I get some bonus experience while I'm here. We have to stab ourselves, too. We got infected earlier. Oh, well, whatever. Listen, it's not my fault he's horribly dead. Well, okay, I guess it kind of is my... Look, shut up. Point being, he's dead. That's all that matters. Yes, no. It wasn't Sith magic, it was Sith alchemy. Gotta use the right terminology. It totally makes a difference. To be clear, though, and I mean this sincerely, can I just say that rat ghouls probably shouldn't have been added to continuity? Not a big fond fan. Not fond. There we go. Oh God, Dakota. Reminds me of a run I've done.
Don't move. I'm not afraid to use this blaster if I have to.
Settle down, kid. We've already lost enough men to those damn rat ghouls. The last thing we need now is more casualties from a needless firefight. By the looks of you, I'd say you're down here for the same reason we are. To salvage something from those downed Republic space pods. Let me give you some advice. Forget about it. Do yourself a favor and just head back from where you came.
Who are you?
That's Canderous Ordo. He's the most famous Mandalorian mercenary in this sector of the galaxy.
This isn't a good place to stand around chatting. The Undercity is crawling with rat ghouls. I've already lost a half a dozen men to those monsters.
Canderous, I heard something. Over there, in the shadows. Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Nah.
Looks like we've got company. Get those blasters ready, boys.
You guys have got this, right? I don't even know what he's talking about, Gundam, so I can only shrug at that.
You'll never get me.
Damn. I told Davik this salvage mission was a bad idea. His men aren't trained for this kind of thing, and I can't babysit them all. Okay, boys. We're getting out of here before I lose anyone else. I can't carry all this salvage back by myself. You'd be smart to get out of here as well. Even if you can handle the rat ghouls, I doubt there's anything worth finding anymore. Davik sent me down here with this motley crew to scavenge whatever we could from the Republic escape pods that crashed during the recent battle overhead. But the lower city gangs got here first. Anything worthwhile in those Republic pods is probably in their hands by now. Davik won't like that. This isn't really the best place to have these kinds of conversations, but I guess I could spare a couple of seconds for you. After all, you did help us out with those rat ghouls. The lower city is overrun with gangs, but the two most important ones are the Hidden Becks and the Black Vulkars. Used to be the Becks were the big dog and kept the others in line. But lately the Black Vulkars are moving in on Beck turf and challenging them for control. The Vulkars are even starting to defy Davik. Take these escape pods, for example. Everyone knew Davik would want first crack at them. But I know for a fact those damn Vulkars have already sent their own salvage party down here.
So, too big for their britches?
Come on, boys, let's move out!
Hey, Django, you know this game. What do the difficulty settings do? Like, actually specifically do?
Take that!
Let's go!
You know, one thing I actually remember liking about Jedi Fallen Order? Eric Neo. It was the best part of that game, hands down. And thank you very, very much for the sub, sir. Very much obliged. I remember liking the fact that dual wield made it so it was a button, basically. You didn't just, instead it was like you fought, and then and as a special attack you could do a double slice. I kind of liked that instead of just standard dual wielding. Does that apply to AC and damage rolls, Django? Well, I guess it could apply to damage rolls, but it could apply to AC. It could just lower the AC of every enemy. Or their health. I'm actually curious because the D20 system actually has plenty of possibilities for changing the difficulty without it being lazy difficulty. Come on. Come on. There we go. Sorry, I was stuck again. Actually, I noticed that, K, because the mod I was using in JFO, shut up, which allowed me to change the lightsaber color, also allowed me to change the lightsaber sound. I was using red lightsaber sound, if anybody caught that. Illegally built albers. I mean, that's a way to do difficulty, too. Have enemies that literally cheat in their build and setup. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I noticed, Malachor. We'll see going forward. Favorite lightsaber sound in canon? Roughly. Hey, it's Aegir. The best character in the entire game.
Hey, you ain't from the village. You're from the Upworld, ain't you? Yes, you've got credits, I bet.
Watch yourself. There's something slimy about this guy. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
My name's Aegir. I run a little salvage shop here. You want to buy something from my store? I got some good deals.
No, Wraith. KOTOR 2 is a completely separate run. By the way, if you guys ever decide to fund reviews of Tor, every class will be a separate review. Like, different thing. Because of the nature of Tor. So, FYI. I almost wish I had seen it, Malachor. That's actually the reason I left it on, was because I was curious of seeing it. But, alas, no bugs. How do you have a store in the Undercity?
If a villager comes across any useful salvage in the Undercity, they bring it to me. Every so often, members from the lower city gangs come down to trade for the salvage. They'll exchange food and medicine for engine parts, old blasters, and the like. Sometimes they even give me credits if I have some really good stuff.
Alright, well, peace.
Yeah, okay. You'll come back and see me if you want a deal. Hey there, Upworlder. You want to see what I got for sale in my inventory? Or do you need something else?
I didn't talk to you.
Yeah, okay. You'll come back and see me if you want a deal.
I don't know about the expansions because I don't really know the expansions. I'd have to do some research to figure out how I'd deal with the expansions. Hey, your parents are dead.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
Please stop calling me that.
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the promised land.
Okay, I don't know where this promised land is?
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rookhill knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
But I don't really want to...
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Terrace, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
Yes, I agree.
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Teresian nobles would step their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Who says
now
they haven't?
We live a dark existence beneath the streets of Terrace, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
Okay, hang on. Rewind. All of that is stupid. You say the whole planet is a city, right? Ecumenopolis? Okay, cool. That means, by definition, the only way you can actually make this place function is if it has regular imports from off-world. Which, funnily enough, that's exactly how Coruscant works. Coruscant needs an overwhelming amount of import to be able to exist. There's a Sith blockade up right now, which, let's be real, if it's up for any longer than an hour, we're going to start having issues. However, it's okay because they've always been able to get their food from the ocean. Which, like, there's so many other things wrong with that, I'm just going to move over that step. let's just... I question your world building, sir. There's also the fact that the Undercity is apparently this relatively small area, and the Overcity is this relatively small area. And I don't just mean within the confines of the game, but they insist that this is an ecumenopolis. Now, see, the funny thing is that the actual only problem with all of the world building of Terrace is the ecumenopolis problem. If you actually sit back and look at it, the fact that this is a Coruscant 2.0 doesn't actually fit. It being an industrial, economic planet, city planet, sure. I mean, we got Corellia, for example. But Ecumenopolis really is a whole other level and severity than this thing. I will freely admit I've always headcanoned that this isn't an Ecumenopolis, that it's just, a planet with a city and blah, blah, blah. But whatever. What's the Promised Land?
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location.
I'm sorry, I gotta share something really quick. Terrace was a polluted urban planet in the Outer Rim. Heavily populated Ecumenopolis, but much of the surface polluted with wrecked starships and swamps. Now, I don't know if you could catch the problem there. But what really amuses me is if that's actually in lore. Because that would mean that chunks of the city are overgrown with foliage, basically. Although at that point they really do not have the right to call themselves an Ecumenopolis anymore, but let's not get into that. Apparently Terrace is canon because it was referenced in the novel Tarkin. Woo! AU. I demand pictures, Bregwin. God. Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what they're going for. They probably have huge chunks of the city that aren't city anymore. Like there's city, and then there's all the stuff on top of the city. Anyways, hey, I have a journal for you.
Yes, Upworlder. Well done. However, I see that this journal alone does not have enough clues for me to solve this mystery. Too many pieces are still missing. I'm afraid that only with all three journals, my grandfather's, my father's, and my apprentice's, will I be able to discover the location of the Promised Land. I will leave this journal with you for safekeeping for now. Perhaps it will aid you in your search for the others. I wish you luck, Upworlder, for the sake of the entire village.
That's a good idea, Kay. We'll just drop a section of the city on top of another section of the city, which is exactly what happens if you think about it. This place really is Midgar. Who knew? God, I wish I had Force right now. And I'd use my Force spells from my Force spellbook to cast haste and move faster. That would be nice. But for now, we're going to go ahead and pause for lunch.